recommendation. I've actually been reading through SICP.
Reading through what?
And it's very good. I don't know if you actually read it or not, RC, but
I mean, I did a very short-lived read with
book club.
him as part of book club, and I didn't have time, so
It's good. I'd read it.
I mean, I have read most of it, but I didn't do like all the stuff. I just kind of like
the exercise
read
is
it
the
and
best
kept
part.
going.
You get to tell Elisa S. Hacker why your code is shit.
Same TBH.
Hello, I'm gonna go grab a piece of pizza real quick.
I'm also gonna grab something to eat and then
2 minutes.
2 minutes.
Wow,
Yeah.
those are some big tokens.
Yep.
We're big boys.
You can be my big token.
Jesus Christ.
Anyway, it turns out I need to learn machine learning by the end of the month, so this will be fun.
Alright, strawberries and orange juice acquired.
Oh boy, oh boy.
It's like 95 degrees in my room. Holy shit. 1 second.
Hey, I'm back.
Good.
Where's your friend?
Right there.
He is connected.
You're a minute late.
RC, don't forget to record, by the way.
I'm recording.
No, but RC needs to record the DM perspective for my friend.
Oh, okay. Oh,
I'm
yeah.
teaching someone how to get good.
Nice. Wait, that's assuming you're... Just kidding. I can't even joke about that. You are good.
Haha! Hello, RC. Did you set up your buttons yet?
Yeah, that's up.
Oh, what's up?
Greetings. Hello, and welcome.
How's it going?
Oh, quite well. 1 moment. Okay, fantastic. If I haven't botched anything horribly, I should now be properly capturing desktop broadcasting, and yeah. Hey, look at that.
Proud of you, RC.
Well, you know, I try my hardest to do my worst. So, how many of you guys have had a chance to read through
The doc?
some, all, or part of the Google Doc?
I read through most of it.
I read as much as my character would understand.
I read all of it.
I read it. I read most of it. Probably like 95% or something like that.
Okay, cool. I just was trying to get a ballpark feel. So most of it won't be terribly relevant for this particular session, since most of this is dealing with the onset in the Underdark. Essentially, you guys are on that final contract that was mentioned in the recent history, the last stand of Old Shanatar. And in fact, I'm going to go ahead and pull us over there.
I see black.
Ah!
I also see black.
Tokens are incoming.
They are indeed. I thought I had changed the party token to a vision for everyone, but maybe I did not.
Oh, there we go.
Okay, so that now should be
Franz laptop left channel and disconnected.
showing everything you should be able to see for everyone, correct?
Laduger's furrow.
Yeah, we are the ant in the center.
You are in fact the ant in the center. Yes, yeah. Make sure change on the right-hand side here. You're going to have a bunch of different options. Well, no, I'm sorry. You should have like one option, I think. However, I have lots of fun options. And just make sure you have it set to your character's name. Because otherwise I will keep asking who that is for at least a little bit. Oh, do you still have access to that character sheet?
I still have access to those, yeah.
That's funny. Okay, cool. So,
Can you hear me?
yep, I was gonna say we'll wait 2 seconds here for friends to get back in, but
I got the Bahamian internet.
speak of the devil, and he shall appear.
The Bahamian internet's not very good.
Did you just develop throat cancer or what? What's going on in your voice?
Yeah, I think that's what just happened.
You'll have to repeat that.
Jesus Christ.
Shut the fuck up.
The throat cancer continues.
Alright. So currently you guys are finding yourselves in the last remaining mountain dwarf kingdom of the Underdark, Yot-Kazar. It resides essentially on the first tier of the Underdark, beneath the deserts of the Kalasham, which is located in the southwest of Faerun. Fairly well regarded for its trade and a surprisingly bustling trade port for being otherwise a barren desert. But you know, it's a decent in between point for folks trying to trade by sea, working their way around the south and the west, and because of that, location has thoroughly paid off for them. And as part of that, these mountain dwarves that have built this complex city have slowly been further and further encroached on and surrounded by Drow and Duragar, and a variety of other unsavory folks that they have either recruited or enslaved. And the silvery blue-skinned dwarven king, Myth Barak, has called in the Crackle Company as basically a last-ditch effort in an attempt to push back, secure some area, and the goal was originally to push back the boundaries and collapse the caves, essentially sealing the city off to the rest of the Underdark, but hopefully preserving it. Unfortunately, that plan quickly failed. There's, no two ways about it. It just utterly went to ruin in a matter of no time. So what began as a security detail quickly turned into a rescue operation and an all-out fleeing the city. And this is basically where we find ourselves. You have heard the horns echoing through the caverns, signaling retreat. You were stationed on the northwestern side here. I think you should all be able to see that ping, maybe, question mark?
Yes.
If you zoomed out enough, yeah.
Where is the exit?
The exit is here in the center, in the Dark Lake district, attached to that building. Essentially, you have to go in, and then there is a elevator that is just colossal freight elevator, essentially.
I
The
was
thing
thinking-
is,
Shoot, which Chronicles of Narnia book was that with that long ass stair to the surface?
I do
I
not
think
know.
it was
I
the
read them
last
at some
one.
point in my life,
It was
but
not the last
it's
one.
been a very long time ago.
The silver chair. Continue.
Fantastic. So yeah, I mean, essentially, this thing is a 200 foot by 200 foot freight elevator that is operated by a complex series of gearing and steam. And everyone, you've had plans drawn up. You knew this was a possibility, and essentially, the plan is now to execute.
All right.
So, I bring you to where you currently stand.
I hate all your names, by the way.
Eat shit and
Yeah,
die,
well,
Lassie.
Yeah, eat a dick.
My name is beautiful.
I hate you all.
Should I go with the Scottish accent or the yeah, eat shit?
You should do neither.
You can suck my dick.
Maybe you should just put
All
marbles
right.
in your mouth for the whole session.
I can do
So,
that.
again, quick check that all of your tokens are working. You can actually see things at the moment.
Yep.
And you can't
Correct.
just see through the entire cavern.
Correct.
Cannot see through the entire cavern. Confirmed.
There are some boys up there.
There are some boys up there.
And you should be able to see everyone's HP bars.
Yes, that is very nice.
Fantastic.
Everybody except for that one that just moved.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
same. This one I can't see.
Can't see mine.
Because you have no bars, because you can't
Also,
route.
I love that Francis is appropriately smaller than everybody else.
Thank you. I do too.
Huh, that is weird. Why is yours... 1 second. Quick
Is there no
modification.
health entered into it?
I have 20 HP.
20.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh, the issue is it's not pulling your
Oh.
max HP.
Do I have a max HP set? No, I don't. That's
What
why.
are you playing?
that's
Crossy?
probably why. Spore druid.
Yeah.
That explains the very sorcerer, arcane fixture-like picture you've chosen.
Oh, so quick question. Oh
There.
god.
It's there now.
What was I gonna say? Oh, which direction is the exit, generally speaking?
To the right.
Now?
Eastward.
Okay.
Essentially, you are on that top left corner I had just shown you a
Oh,
moment
right.
ago.
So like north
you are
is still
maneuvering.
north. Okay.
North is still north, south is still south, west is still west, east is still east.
Cool.
Your goal is to essentially traverse this from left to right. And that is going to put you back into the edge of the city that is held by friendly forces.
Cool.
At least as far as you are aware. And essentially, you have these side passageways along the way that are varying between held and not held. So you're a little unsure of what you might encounter along the way. You've heard a combination of horns, friendly and hostile. And that is essentially the situation as it sits. So, I will ask you then, first and foremost, to go ahead and roll initiative because you have seen a group of enemies you are going to have to deal with.
Oh, RZ.
Mhm.
So, druids won't wear armor made out of metal. Does that include the metal in the studded leather?
For the purposes of mechanics, it's been ruled on high that studded leather is not metal armor.
Okay, cool.
So if you want to roleplay that it is, that's your prerogative, probably.
I do not.
Could probably be studded leather, studded with something else, I'd imagine. But whatever.
How dark is this case?
Studded with
A druid
rocks.
typically wears leather, studded leather, or hide armor. There we go,
Oh.
problem solved.
There we go. Problem solved.
From the wizard's mouth itself. So, functionally, as good as we can expect.
How dark is this cave?
Dark enough.
It is actually not terribly dark. It is. I mean, you are in the occupied area, so most of this is sufficiently lit. Maybe not for those without dark vision. Like it's a little bit dim, but it is not pitch black. This is still well within the realm of the normally traversed region, but I think maybe the entire party actually has dark vision.
I
do.
think so.
Beautiful.
I also have dark
Underdark
vision.
campaign. If you did have dark, really good at casting light.
Why can't I add this from the fucking compendium?
Oh, haha. Look who's still on the tracker.
Who was that? I missed it.
It was
Also,
from the last fight in the campaign.
I rolled really low. Feels bad.
Dude, yeah, you're with me at the back of the train.
One sec. I'll click that button. Right.
Oh no.
Okay.
Oh my god.
So essentially, as you guys are making your way back to the east through this passageway, you are moving fast enough that they hear you before you see them. And so this Duragar here starts rushing forward and takes 2/3 cover behind this pillar here. Worth noting the general scale here. So he has made a pretty good run. And I think he is, he's going to go ahead and throw a javelin. So first and foremost, who is in the lead here? Who among you is going to be normally taking point?
Absolutely not me.
Probably me.
Okay.
Because I am big thick boy.
I would be up with
Sure.
him.
Okay, so just go ahead and shuffle yourselves around there. So,
First, you want to take a step back.
you say
to
crawl
let,
if you want to go ahead and pull yourself forward, as well as Nelium.
Can I just generally be detached from the group, like slightly, and sneaking, or
And sneaking.
And you can attempt to break off and like stealth your way around on your turn, yeah. Because at this point you are still with the group. Like there is a whole squad you are attached to that is traveling essentially right alongside you. But this Durgar, he is going to take cover, and heck, it is your turn.
What's 2/3 again? Damage reduction or roll reduction?
I think it's +5 AC.
Yep, +5 AC.
Okay.
Oh, 1 second. I actually grabbed the wrong Durgar.
I'm going to stealth.
Sarzi, how much cover are these pillars here gonna give?
Basically 2/3. Like these are not full pillars. These are largely
Okay.
just like large rock formations. Okay, so talk to me about the stealth. Like you're in a bit of an open cavern.
It's dark, it's a cave, I'm a goblin. I cling to the walls and stay quiet.
Okay.
And move apart from the group.
You are attempting to stealth along the walls in whichever direction you are so choosing.
Dash is now my full action now that I'm not a rogue, right?
That is correct.
Okay.
You can do your full movement, take dash, which will take you your full movement again, and then you would still have a bonus action of some sort.
I actually
dash
don't
while
think
stealthing?
I don't think I have anything for bonus action this time, actually.
Franz, could you repeat last there?
Can you dash while stealthing?
So that gets a little complicated. If you're trying to move, strictly speaking, trying to remain stealthy, you are technically at half movement. So like you can't sprint 60 feet while also trying to be low key about it.
Okay.
Or well, in your case, technically 90 feet.
Yep. So I'm like here then.
Okay.
Because 15 feet half movement, right? Or can I do 30 and not dash?
France,
Well,
stop
stealthing.
eating your microphone, please.
Yeah,
I'm
so
on a laptop, Mike. Eat dick.
Sounds
whatever
like
it
you
is,
are.
it is actually marginally difficult to understand you. So
Yep.
Yeah, there's like creaking noises and things.
your stealth movement, like it would be essentially it is 15 feet. Your 30 is normal, so 15 feet plus you could do 15 feet is movement, and then you could choose to dash and then bonus action dash as well for a total of 45 feet worth of movement while attempting to stay stealth. Okay. Fantastic. So up next is going to be one of the other Durgar, and he feels a little bit better about his odds. He's going to move forward, and he's going to throw a javelin at the goblin. With an 11 to hit, which I believe misses you outright, correct? Fantastic. Nilium.
Seeing as the goblin spotted, no one would just run up in front of him. And I would use my action to dash. And could I yell out what I see?
Correct. Yeah. I mean, yelling essentially is a free action. I mean, you can't have a Shakespeare soliloquy in the middle of a turn, but
No, yeah, I would just tell them that there's 4 people to the right now, as well.
yep, yeah. So yeah, you go ahead and call out the Durgar ahead of you.
Okay, and that'll be my turn.
Okay. And this guy in the back, he actually goes invisible. Escape. Frosty?
Oh, sorry. I thought you said this cave. I was waiting for you to finish your sentence. So, we said there are more Durgar down this tunnel, right?
Yeah, I said there's
correct.
5 to my right.
That has been what is called out to you.
Okay.
Oh shit, okay.
I'm going to
I mean 4 to my right. My bad.
Are they like close?
touch my staff, cast Shilla on it. No big deal.
Mhm.
Then I'm going to cast Fog Cloud. Just like on the mouth of that.
Okay. 20 radius.
Yeah.
So let's see here.
It
Yeah,
covers
that
it.
is basically going to cover pretty much the whole thing. Fantastic. How far back are you pitching this? So are you trying to like just get the mouth covered, or are you trying to just get this section here?
Let me move up so I can actually
Mhm.
see. Well, no. I won't take that information into account. I'm basically pitching it right there.
Right. Okay. Fantastic.
I just don't want them to be able to like shoot at us.
Sure. And so, this fog you're calling forward, is there anything that looks special about it? Is it, you are a spore druid. Is this kind of a more green, nauseous fog, or is this more of a standard rolling, low to the ground type fog?
It's like a standard fog, but there are little motes of light floating in it.
Okay. So you have this gray fog that is filling this area that has these little glowing motes of light throughout it.
Then I'm going to.
Right, and yeah, so as everyone else sees this, essentially, as Scape calls this in, that whole area becomes pretty much entirely obstructed to your vision. You can see like shadows moving back and forth through it, but you can't see clearly.
And then I will move up to there and end my turn.
All right, fantastic.
Let me double check the text on this. 1 minute, but it's an action. Cool.
Right.
Continue.
Okay. So fourth Duergar in the back. He is going to also move forward, and he's going to chuck a javelin at Nilium in the front with a 15 to hit. Does that hit you?
I misses.
Misses. Fantastic. Okay. Crawl.
I'm going to take my 30 feet of movement before I decide if I'm dashing or not.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna dash over to the pillar here and try and take cover behind it.
Okay. Yeah. So basically, as you run up behind this thing, you have about 2/3 cover to these Duergar right here. You are essentially able to conceal most of the body. You can kind of peek up because like you essentially have a U-shaped rock here.
Right.
And so you're able to, you can lean one way or the other and see pretty much everything. But the rock itself is large enough for even your relatively tall form to hide behind.
Good. I'm basically just gonna take cover from those guys to try and like cover whoever comes through the fog. I think I'm gonna use my bonus action to rage. Why not?
Okay, up to you.
Yeah.
I will say, just keep in mind, if they don't attack you,
I know.
it will drop. Yep.
I know. Well, by the end of my next turn,
Well, yeah,
if I don't hit anything.
right. Unless you move forward and hit something.
Yikes. I'll risk it.
Okay. So you are now raging. I'm going to slap a little
Angry.
token on
Oh,
that.
God. That does not look angry.
Moman, it is your turn.
Hell yeah. We're gonna move up and then probably dash and then bonus action dash as well.
Oh, yeah, that one's much better.
Because we're really far away.
Okay, sure. Yeah, I mean, you can move all the way up to
Yeah, we're gonna try and just
crawl at that point. Yep.
Alright, don't you have the cat thing that makes you fast?
I do have the cat thing. I don't think it makes me fast.
It
Yeah,
makes
it
you
does.
fast.
That feel when I know you race better than you do for some reason.
Yeah. But I don't really need to do that.
Yeah,
right
Frost.
now. Actually, I'm gonna change my action. Hold on a second.
Sure. Okay.
Can I go to like right here and then climb up the wall?
Climb up the wall.
Because
Talk to me about that.
Because I can. Because I'm a cat with a
Right.
climbing speed of 20.
I mean, you can move a little ways up the wall. There's not much to really like grab onto. This isn't exactly a cliff face. This is very much a natural cave. Like, you very quickly would find yourself 2/3 inverted, and you would have to fight very hard to like crawl up onto the cave ceiling.
Haha, Crawl. That's my name.
Okay, then we'll just stay over here, and the next time we'll crawl like up to this pillar or whatever. Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Okay. Yeah. Sounds good.
We're testing things out.
Mina.
Is that how you say that?
Minamathaim.
It is now.
I can move up 30 feet then.
So, one more time. Maybe I'll remember this someday. But for ranged weapons with the second number, is it disadvantage outside of the first number? Up to the second
Right.
number?
Yeah.
Okay.
So anything under first number is straight roll. Anything between first number and second number is disadvantage. Anything after second number
That's
is
impossible, yeah.
basically like good luck. Shrug. I
Okay.
would probably let you roll for it, but like if you anything short of a natural 20, you're not going to.
Yeah, you have to
Okay.
crit or you miss.
No, I can reckless attack to make it a normal roll. Oh, I didn't
So
add.
that's that.
Okay, firebolt. Then is that the weed Durgar? You're checking that out?
Yes.
Okay. So him, it does hit. So go ahead and roll damage.
Oh, I'm shocked.
Okay. Yeah. So basically, as Mina starts moving forward in the back, as you guys are advancing through this cave, you just see a singular bolt of fire that it takes the whole cave from this like dimly lit atmosphere to brilliantly lit for just a moment, enough for you to get a real good, clear lay of the land. And now we are back at the top of the round. The Duragar to your south are going to be considered surprised for this round, so they will not join the fight.
Shit.
Fuck yeah!
And the ones in front here he's going to advance to the next pillar here and
fuck.
throw another javelin at
Hit me.
Nilium.
Damn it.
Who is out of cover. 16, I believe, still doesn't hit you.
No, it misses.
Okay.
What a boy.
Okay. Heck. Okay, yeah, so as Heck brings up his crossbow, takes aim, and just barely misses.
Just barely on an 8?
Well, you know, he's not that bad of an aim. Okay. Yeah, so you go ahead and burn your Accent Surge.
You can't do that? Question mark?
Yeah.
Because loading?
His
Oh, that's
crossbow,
right,
man.
yeah, because he doesn't have Crossbow Expert. Yeah, he would
Oh.
not be able to do that. He can only fire once per round.
Well. I don't think you can do that either because it's not drawn.
The short bow, yeah, it's fine.
Okay, fine.
We will allow it. This is the first session. We've got a few bugs to smooth out here. Yeah, the 17 does hit. And okay. And now which one were you aiming at? One in the back there. Okay. Yeah, he gets dinged for whoops, that's not what I meant to do. A bit of damage. And now it is his turn. So as you shoot him with this arrow, basically instantly you just watch him almost double or more than double in size even as he starts moving forward.
This bullshit again.
Nilium.
So I just with that. This is actually my first time not using grid. So if I move 30 feet here, and as long as this guy's within 5 feet,
Yeah, it's it's not an exact science. If you can ballpark it within anything under 10 feet, essentially, I'm pretty willing to do, just because you can't perfectly represent movement on a non-grid system.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not that bad of a stickler about it.
All right. So I just would move up here, engaging this Duragar behind the rock,
Okay.
and then attempt to hit it with my longsword.
Sure. Yeah, go ahead and make an attack roll.
Oh, that needs to be changed. I didn't know that was set up that way.
Wait, what?
For some reason, it's whispers.
Oh, I was just sitting here waiting for it.
Oh, 1 second. I can probably fix that.
I did it myself.
Okay, cool. You were probably originally set up as an NPC sheet, because by default they all are, and I just forgot to untick it.
No, it's fine.
Okay, so yeah, so this one here in the front that you're now engaging, that one does hit. He is much less heavily armored than the rest. While most of these in the back are equipped with scale mail and shields, this guy seems to have some light armor, and he actually is carrying a spear and a javelin instead of the more traditional war pick.
Okay.
Yeah, so as you come in with the longsword, it actually dings him fairly nicely, and he is looking pretty worse for the wear. Is there any other bonus actions, or do you have any movement left you would like to use?
Oh no, that ends it. Never mind.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
The invisible Durgar's turn.
Wait, what?
Yeah, one of them went invisible.
Oh, spookers.
Okay. Skip.
Ah, hang on. Let's see. Do I have line of sight to that dude?
From your current position, if you would have to step out of the rock formation at least a few steps.
Well, let's see.
Because you're dealing with a partial cover there, so you're gonna have to move. Yeah, now you could also go on.
I go up like right here.
Yeah, you can move that way. Yeah, because you can't really move to the right because you've got your cloud blocking it currently, so that complicates things.
Okay,
but you can
fine.
move up that way, and yeah, because he is enlarged, you can see. Basically, you can see like his upper. Like,
that dude's hidden, but that dude I can see.
Stomach, torso, right? Yeah. From your current angle, the one that Nilium is engaged with, you do not have a clean line of sight on.
Okay.
I would probably still call that 2/3 cover for him if you tried to attack him. The big one though, he's big enough that that rock isn't going to cover him.
I think that's the right spell. I'm gonna cast that on the dude in the back. And deal 4 necrotic damage.
Okay. Definitely hits and definitely deals. So now, was that on the big guy or the guy behind the big guy?
The big guy.
Big guy. Yeah. Okay. Fantastic. And then the Durgar in the back is also going to move forward and get swole. Crawl, it is your turn.
I am going to reckless attack and throw a javelin at this boy.
Okay. It does hit.
Okay, is he dead?
And it is enough to kill.
Ah, okay, well, so much for that then. I was gonna say this is a thing, but never mind. Yeah, that's it for me. I will remove 1 from my rage tracker.
Okay.
While I remain waiting and covering the fog.
It is your turn.
Alright, let's see.
No, that's not what I want, you stupid fox.
I hear that a lot. It's okay.
I guess since I'll just do. Let's see. Can't really see shit.
Oh, also I just patched in the raging damage real quick on my ranged weapons because I didn't do it before.
Okay.
Alright, I'm gonna
As
shoot
you
a
probably
crossbow
saw.
at this boy right here.
I heard the phrase right here, but I didn't see a target designated. Could you either ping that again or let me know
This
which one?
boy.
One in front. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, 18 is definitely going to hit, so go ahead and roll damage.
Yeah.
Okay.
That means I roll a 1. Classic.
I'm surprised you guys aren't auto-rolling damage.
Mina.
Alright, I'll go ahead and end Blade Song now.
Jesus.
Alright.
God damn it. Sorry, I'm trying to test this. It has, like, effects, and I want them to print.
I have to put the text into the attack roll. Like under attacks and spellcasting.
Oh, you can have it so it shows the spell card.
Oh, or
Yeah,
that.
but I didn't want to do the whole thing.
Yeah, it's
You probably
special
just
like
have
that.
to copy the text that you want then.
Yeah. What? Chill Touch doesn't have... Oh, no, it does. Never mind.
Alright, so the two in front are both big boys, correct?
Yes, and this one is dead.
Fuck it, I don't care.
Oh, Artisy, would we be able to get a script that changes that red circle to an X instead of when they die?
It actually does. The issue is
Oh,
that
that red
the
dot's
two,
still there.
Yeah,
Okay.
the red dot stays. I can modify that to remove the red dot and then put the X only.
Okay, that would be cool. Because I just realized that we always have a lot of is this guy dead yet?
Yeah, it works better on different scale maps. When you, the
Yeah,
bigger the
that's
map,
fair.
the worse it works. Which is,
Alright, so we're going to
thing.
direct the first 2 bolts at the one on the left and the third bolt to the one on the right.
Okay. Yeah. So as you send these careening into them, they take a pretty sizable impact both, and begin to look a little worse for the wearer. So yeah, your bolts, like anything colorful about them, or are they just your pretty stock standard mesh missile?
Red.
Oh, you cut out there a bit.
Like little laser beams.
Little laser
red
beams. Okay. It's real sharp, snappy, and precise.
Hang on, hang on.
All right. So we're coming back now to the top of the round. The other Duragar are now going to be joining the fight. So let's get them on the initiative track.
Joe, this is what I imagine those projectiles look like.
Also,
Okay, so first one up here, he is dead. Heck, it is your turn.
Alright, just to make sure that you saw it, anything that attacks me have advantage until the beginning of my next turn. Okay.
One up here is dead?
The one, no, oh wait, yes. Yeah. The one that was just pinged in red.
The closest one to us.
Yes, the one that Nilium is currently engaged with. It is dead. Okay, which one are you shooting? Okay, yeah, that definitely hits for 6 points of piercing damage.
Sorry, I have like really shitty internet. Did you say this one is dead up here above him?
No, the
No.
small one.
The
Okay, I
small
hit
one
the wounded one.
Okay.
That one is dead.
All right.
I see. Did you make it so we can't see them?
Well, you can't see them, so yes.
I hate you.
Why? It's good DMing right there.
It's real spooky.
Okay.
I'm gonna use my thieves' tools to unlock the secret of winning the fight. Does that succeed?
It does not.
Unfortunate.
Okay. This one is going to move forward, and he is going to engage Nilium. So now, as this enlarged Durgar, like, you just faced off with this smaller guy. He stands like maybe chest height on you on a good day, whereas this guy that's now like coming towards you towers over you. He essentially takes up the entirety of the cavern. He stands, 9 foot tall in a 10-foot cavern.
Okay.
And he is going to swing at you with his war pick. And that is going to be there we go. Yeah, there's going to be a 15 to hit, which I don't actually believe hits you.
No, it does not.
Fantastic. So despite his, actually probably because of his impressive size, he comes swinging in with his war pick, and you're basically able just to like step up underneath his blow and miss entirely. And it is now your turn.
I'll then attempt to attack back.
Okay. Yeah, that is definitely an attack back right there.
What a
so
crit.
pretty much as you step up underneath, you just drive the longsword up into him, and he just drops to the ground, returning back to his normal size.
I would then move up to the next one to prevent him
Okay.
from freely having movement,
Sure, yep, moving in to engage him.
and that would be my turn.
Okay.
Alright, so Scave is
Oh,
going
hold
to.
on. Not your turn yet.
Oh, look, I can't see it on the tracker. It's not my
I
fault.
know. I'll be honest, your turn. Okay, now it's your turn.
Okay. I'm going to drop concentration on the fog, which should make it go away, right?
Yes, it is a concentration spell.
It lasts for the duration. So.
Oh yeah, no, okay. So, actually, hold on. So, question is duration versus concentration.
The duration is concentration up to 1 hour.
Yeah. But it lasts for the duration, so I don't know. I am assuming that it disappears. If you decide that it does not disappear, that's fine with me.
SRC is looking it up.
Pretty much. Mm-hmm.
But I'm also going to cast that in the same spot.
I'm going to go with yes.
Okay, that's fine. Spike growth in the same spot.
Okay, so as you drop it.
Oh, that is actually pretty nice. I'm just gonna be on the other side of that, like, come at me, bro.
I knew I was going to get at least one of them in that.
And the same.
Yeah,
period?
same spot. Same
Okay.
spot.
This time in green, because thematics.
Yeah, well.
Actually, that
The
goes on the edge.
transformation of the ground is camouflaged to look natural, RC.
Okay,
Yeah,
and
that's
as
fine.
difficult terrain moving into or within, they take 2d4 piercing for every 5 feet travel.
Yes.
That's pretty brutal.
That's pretty fucking brutal, yeah.
That's actually really good right now.
I was hoping more than one would be in it, but that's fine.
I mean, they have to move through it. Probably.
Okay. Durgar up top here is going to also war pick Nilium. With a 22 to hit.
That does hit.
Okay, and that is going to be 11 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
If only I was higher in the initiative, I could have stopped that. Or, well,
And Crawl, it is
Actually-
now your turn.
Okay. Alright, I have to take damages. Alright, so... Am I getting advantage on this guy because he's fucking huge or not?
No, size does not confer advantage.
Okay, then I'm just gonna reckless attack and toss another javelin at him.
Okay. Unfortunately, that does not hit. As you throw the javelin, it impacts his shield, but it just glances off, to no effect.
Can I use my bonus action to punch myself in the face?
Unfortunately, you cannot. You can only make one attack action per turn.
Fuck! Alright, well, I guess Rage is falling off.
Okay. Maman.
Unless I can use my bonus action to Rage again, but I don't think so.
Can
No,
I smack him?
believe Rage
It's
dropping.
too late, it's already fallen off.
Does that incur exhaustion? Question mark.
No,
Double check
I'm
that.
I'm not the other kind, so no.
Okay.
Wait, did you declare rage the last turn though?
What?
You just lost rage last turn. I didn't hear.
No, I didn't. I hit him last turn, so I could...
Oh, okay.
So now Rage would be dropping.
Fuck.
But yeah, Maman, it is your turn.
I'm gonna shoot the dude right in front of me, I guess. I'm gonna actually move, like, around this corner and then do it
Okay.
at this dude.
Sure. Yeah. So basically, you're going back to back with Noya, with some distance between the two of you,
Yes,
facing
pretty
opposite
much.
directions. Okay.
Correct, sir.
Go ahead. Okay. Unfortunately, that does miss. In your haste to move around the corner here and try and take that pot shot, it just goes sailing off, and you hear it skitter against the cave wall in the background.
Bummer.
And you see some Durgar stuck over here on the other side that essentially walk up to the edge of Scape's spell and kind of just like...
Do they actually realize it's trapped?
They do, because they were there and saw it cast. It specifically states
they see
any
it
creature that
cast?
can't see the area at the time must make a...
Oh, okay. Wait,
It's
but
it's like a landfill trap in Monster Hunter, but they
look,
are not monsters.
but it was hidden by the fucking...
No.
You gotta drop one to cast the other, so that has to be dropped before you can cast another concentration spell.
But it...
Can't have your cake and eat it too.
I mean, at the very least, it's keeping them away from us, so it's still doing part of its job.
So they are going to attempt to pitch a javelin across this spooky, spiky. Trap there with a 9 to hit on Crawl.
Is that an advantage?
Oh no, it was not actually. Yeah, you're right, because you reckless attack. That is a 21 to hit.
Yeah, okay.
But that is only 7 points of piercing damage because he was not enlarged.
Oh, good. I wish I could have that if only I didn't fucking miss.
Mina, it is your turn.
You caught me awkwardly trying. Sorry. Hold on.
Awkwardly what?
Trying to load up a.
Okay. Arizona internet. Dot lag.
All right, so that puts me from the other four, and I get Tasha's hideous laughter.
Okay. Which one are you, Tasha's hideous laughtering? The big guy. Okay.
The only one that's within 30 feet of me.
Oh, right. 30 feet range makes sense. He needs to make a wisdom saving throw, which he fails with an 8. So he is going to fall prone.
Oh, wait. Or does he? And it's if you haven't attacked, not dealt damage to.
Okay, then you are still raging.
Sweet.
Also,
okay.
read your abilities.
Yeah, I was just rereading it. Sorry, I thought I had to hit.
Every with me in combat before knows that if you who's currently on the ground laughing, he gets an advantage. So you're totally going to focus on the other 4 thing, right?
Absolutely.
Wait, what?
I'm just going to use the webbed icon to represent him being prone.
Everybody who has worked with that the guy who's currently on the ground laughing ass off gets advantage on a saving throw if you do damage to him. So you're totally going to focus on the other 4 bad guys.
Okay.
Joe, you may want to consider reconnecting to mobile real quick. You've got a fair bit of packet loss there. You're at about 10%. You're chopping out pretty hard.
Looking states. Hold on.
Okay.
I can already tell he's bitching about Arizona, and I didn't even hear what he said.
Correct. I believe he actually said Republican states, but I could
Yes,
be wrong.
he did.
All right,
Wouldn't
fantastic.
surprise me.
These
Oh,
two
it's prone? Okay, I can't attack that then.
Durgar are moving up from the opposite side, and yeah, everyone else is kind of taking cover. So, Crawl, you have 2 more javelins coming your way from
Sweet.
across this little field
Hit
of death.
me!
They do in fact hit you with a 22. So
Ah!
you take 7 points of piercing damage.
Is that halved already?
That
or
is
no?
halved.
Oh, fuck.
Well, the first one would be half, correct? Wouldn't
Yeah,
it?
the first one would be, yeah, because
I
it's
already,
only.
I already did that, so that's 3 damage from the first one.
Yeah.
Like last turn.
Right.
So this is 7 damage after resistance.
Joe underscore
No, that's
Bethany
7.
left channel
half
and
that,
disconnected.
You take 3.
Okay.
And then the other
Thank you.
one just misses entirely. He was a little too over ear and just over your head.
Get fucked!
Heck, back at the top of turn.
Let's do
many-
this. This spell is gonna make my life difficult.
How many javelins do you have?
I have 2 left.
Hmm.
And a couple of hand axes.
Have you
Joe
tried
underscore
charging?
Bethany connected and entered channel.
I'm not gonna do that into the terrain where I
Testing.
take damage.
Testing.
Hey,
Testing.
so far so good.
Hello.
Joe, if you haven't already, try enabling first TCP mode.
It's enabled.
Oh, fantastic. I feel like
Is Franz here, or has he died?
Hello.
It is your turn.
I shoot the other one.
That's prone?
Yes. Can I see
Okay.
into this fog cloud? Is it still a fog cloud, or is this working?
No,
now?
it is now a mess. Well, you for a brief moment you saw it spring up as a mess of vines, and now it looks
Neat.
like fairly natural ground.
Yeah, I shoot
But you
that.
know it is a.
I shoot the big
spooky-
one in the middle of it.
All right, good. Make an attack roll.
Okay, so besides the whole interaction question here, I have like 4 different bows because we'll now default inventorying. What's the word on this? I can sheath as a free action at the end of my turn and unsheath at the beginning of my next turn as a free action, and then use it that turn.
You can
So-
swap a weapon once in a turn, and yeah, that's
Is
gonna
that a
be about-
full swap? Like I can use the weapon on that turn?
No, that would be to put one up and then get another.
Okay, so on the last turn I put away my short bow, and on this turn I pull out my light crossbow.
Okay.
Joe underscore
And I can now
Bethany
use the
left
light
channel
crossbow,
and
right?
disconnected.
Did you reload it?
Joe underscore Bethany
I assume
connected and
it's
entered
loaded at
channel.
the end of your action after you shoot it.
Did you still have it out?
I shot it previously, and it was out when I shot it.
Right, but then you swapped weapons and shot with another, right?
Yes.
So then no, it would not have been reloaded.
Okay. So in that case, I will keep my short bow.
Okay. Yep, that definitely hits. 6 points of damage. You send it straight on through, and it finds a gap between his armor, and draws a shot nice and clean.
And then move forward.
Okay. All right, the Durgar in the middle of everything is not very happy.
he's very sad, I would say.
He is indeed quite sad.
Is he gonna wade through the vines at me? I hope so.
I think he would actually try and take at least a step forward, not knowing what this does, but once he takes damage, he's going to stop. So,
Oh my god.
what is
Frosty, I
the
wanna
damage
hit
on
them
that,
with my
Frosty?
axe.
That
2d4?
is 2d4, yeah.
Yep, so go ahead and roll your 2d4 damage as he takes a few steps forward, and basically, like as these vines start
Nice.
cutting into
Hell yeah.
his legs, he's just going to like stop mid stride. Like this is hurting. He's not going to keep pushing forward, and he's going to chuck one of his javelins at Heck, who has moved back in range. Unfortunately, the vines grasping around his legs and everything have caused enough pain that he stumbles as he attempts to throw it, and it clatters to the ground while short of heck. Okay, that one is dead. Remove him from the tracker. Nilium, it is your turn. There is a prone.
Oh, I know I've worked with
Don't hit the prone guy.
Yeah, but what was his name? His character's name?
Which one?
The guy who did
Mina?
Notorious Laughter. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mina.
And I would know this, so I was wondering if you said this was a U shape right here.
Yes, that is a U shape.
So would it be feasible to get behind it and pass javelins too?
If you just want to hand it across, yeah, you can just reach and like hand. If you're trying to move yourself, you would need to make like an athletics check to like jump across.
So could I throw javelins past or over the U shape?
Oh, like try to throw them at him?
No, like if I wanted to attack instead.
Like stand
Yes.
back here and
Okay.
attack through.
Yeah. You could. Yeah, I understand now. Yes. You could
Okay.
like sidestep, throw, and.
Okay. I'll do that probably next time. So
Okay.
I'll just move over, probably behind cover, as I would use lay on hands on myself as my action.
Sure. Okay.
Healing. I'll heal myself by 10.
All right.
Actually, I'll sheathe my sword and use my bonus action to cast Armor of Faith.
Okay. Sure. Just go ahead and give me the spell card in the chat, please. All right.
Wait, so what else is happening? Are you handing me things?
Not yet, because you have to.
Okay.
All right. Wrong one. Scave, from right next to you, suddenly there is a Duragar that is very visible and very angry, and he is swinging a war pick at you. Does a 15 hit?
No.
Okay. So he comes in swinging, but just is unable to connect. And that is his turn. It is now your turn. But he is now visible and standing next to you.
Okay.
Wait, is that the guy with the strong arms?
I'm going to first use that.
This was the one that had previously gone invisible. He has worked his way across and had attempted to attack Scave after seeing her cast.
So this is my reaction to him
Oh,
appearing.
the guy to the upper left of her?
Yeah. This guy here, he has worked his way across the field. Okay. You are surrounded by spores. So go
He takes 1 damage
tick mark
from
for
that.
that.
Now it's my turn,
Not really.
and I'm gonna crit him with my quarterstaff.
Okay. Yeah. So basically, like, he comes swinging in with this war pick. You just sidestep it out of the way, and then just whack right back across the skull.
Want to buy auto roll damage.
I don't like to clutter it up with damage that doesn't hit.
But then
Okay.
I could split my chat messages.
I think you're the only one that cares about that, dude.
No, Tasha's, is that a save? That is a save every turn.
It's a save every turn, but he also gets a save with advantage if he gets damaged.
Okay, so he hasn't been damaged, so he has to just make another flat wisdom save.
I don't think he can
He
at all, can he? Or did I just read it wrong?
At the
Never
end of
mind.
each of its turns, and each time it takes damage, the target can make another
Oh,
wisdom
okay.
saving throw. So he can make a saving throw every turn, but if he makes it, he doesn't get the turn. It's the end of his turn.
Right. Yep, which is exactly what he did. Rolls a
Okay.
natural 20, so he is no longer like cackling mad on the ground. He's still on the ground though. He won't be able to stand up till his next turn.
Oh, usually my puns have better effect than that.
Yeah, and Crawl, it is your turn.
I am going to move over and hit this now visible and sneaky asshole.
Wait, do I get 2
recklessly.
attacks?
with my great axe.
No, I don't get to attack. That would be silly.
Do I hit him?
Yes, you do in fact
Hell
hit him.
yeah.
And at that, you hit him quite hard.
I sure do.
So you basically just come running around the corner, yelling, and just like wham straight into the. It catches him right across the clavicle, and you hear a audible crack and crunch. Things were broken.
Hell yeah.
Probably important things. Oman, it is your turn.
Alright, we're not really struggling that much, so I'm just gonna shoot the dude that's trapped.
Okay.
Yeah, he is a big boy.
Yep, definitely hits. Go to roll damage. Yeah. As you shoot him, he falls dead in the middle of the briar patch, returning to his normal size.
Dope. So that's all I got. We're good.
Okay. So let's see here. They can't really see anybody. They're not gonna walk into that. They're just gonna throw javelins at Heck. With a 21 to hit.
That hits.
Yeah, so Heck, you take 8 points of piercing damage. And Mina, your turn. The Duragar.
How hurt does the previously laughing Duragar look?
He's taken a few dings. You can see some visible cuts, but you've seen much worse.
Okay, well, all right, we'll burn hands him.
Okay. Does that have a save associated with that? I believe, is it a dex save? I believe.
Yeah, it's Dex.
All right.
You
And
must
what
make a
is?
dexterity saving throw. Creature takes 3d6 fire damage on a failed save.
That's a
half its
natural
health
one.
on a
Yep.
successful.
He fails, taking the full 8 points of fire
I
damage.
was gonna say he's prone, so that makes sense. Yeah, 2 1s and a 6 feels bad.
It's okay because Joe rolled 2 natural ones too.
Get him out of my system early in the fight.
And
Good.
now he's looking pretty bad, as this cone of flame like engulfs his prone form. Okay. These two are just going to throw 2 more javelins at Heck for lack of any other good target. That is, the one is a miss, the other one is an 18, which I believe does hit Heck.
We don't know because Franz is AFK.
I mean, he's not.
What is it?
Oh.
Sorry, what is it?
What is your AC? 18 to hit?
15. Is it within 30 feet?
No.
Then it hits.
Okay, so you take 7 points of piercing damage. And the other one, he throws another javelin, and you're able to sidestep it quite handily. And it is now your turn.
Going back to the rear of this, casting Guiding Bolt on the one that hit me.
Okay. Unfortunately, that does not hit.
Okay, gonna cast a Healing Word on myself. For 3.
Okay. Thetur is dead. Nilium.
Okay, so seeing as he's no longer laughing, Nilum would. Let's see how far I can get though.
You should be able to move back up to him, yeah.
Yeah.
I was mostly seeing for. Yeah, I was trying how much cover I could get.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I understand. What do you cover from him or cover from?
From the people from the south.
Ah, okay.
And I have 35 feet of movement.
Yeah, you're gonna be hard pressed.
You're so far, they're not going to hit you anyway. They're at disadvantage.
Yeah, you're kind of at that weird in between. So.
Okay. Well, then if that's the case, I'll just do. Let's see how far this is. Yeah, so then I'll just move up here to stay closer to people.
Okay.
And then attack him while he's prone.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead and roll at advantage, as he is prone before you.
Oh, the goof.
Yeah, unfortunately, despite his prone state, you hit him, but it's square in the side, and it just catches the scale mail and gets turned.
Okay. That's my turn.
Okay.
Alright, so just for this guy's turn, just keep in mind that this is a thing because I hit him. It's disadvantage on anybody that's not me. I don't know if he would know that or not.
Interesting. Yeah. Well, we'll roll for it. We'll see.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's gonna
He
like
has no clue. He's going
experience, but okay.
for Scave again.
At disadvantage. Nice.
Even at disadvantage, that's an 18 to hit.
That
Wow.
hits.
Yeah,
You
I
have
rolled
resistance.
a 18 and a 22. So,
Jeez.
that is going to be 8 points of piercing damage, and I need you to make a concentration check.
Also, that is reduced because resistance.
What's reduced?
She has
The
resistance.
damage.
I don't have resistance.
Read the last text of my thing. If it hits
Oh, it
something
does.
other than
That's
me, it gives
cool.
them resistance. Yeah,
Oh.
it's super good.
Yeah, okay, so you only take 4 points. I actually have not played with a Ancestral Barbarian before.
Yeah,
That
it's
is cool.
it's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
And later I can use my reaction to reduce damage too.
Yeah, still need you to make a concentration check. Your
you
DC
said?
is going to be 10.
Okay.
Because that is the minimum.
Where the fuck is concentration? It's just
a Constitution
save, right?
check, yeah. Or save, rather. Yep.
Yeah, well, that's gone now.
Yeah, okay, so as this all dissipates, as he basically, like, shanks you with the war pig, it is now your turn, though.
Wait, that guy's still alive?
He is still alive, he is severely wounded, and basically he has made it his life's mission to hit you with that war pig.
I mean, it is his life's mission, because it's all he's going to do for the rest of his life. Let me
Only
read
if
the
you hit him.
text on Halo of Spores.
Yeah.
I'm missing some stuff for my character sheet, so... or starts its turn there, so yeah. That means I can Halo of Spores him.
Okay, sure, go ahead and roll damage then. Alright.
Solidly average. And then I will... What spells do I have available? Wow, nothing offensive. Fantastic. Okay. I'm gonna crack him on the head again.
Alright, go ahead and make your attack roll. Unfortunately, that does not hit. As you come swinging in, the shield comes up, and you hear a nice gong-esque sound as it rings out.
Neat.
Meanwhile, the once laughing and prone Durgar uses half of his movement to stand back up. And he is going to hit Nilium, or attempt to hit Nilium with a war pick. AC 17?
That's not it.
Does not hit, you said?
Yeah, I'm 21 with my spell.
Oh, right, yeah, because you have your shield up. Yeah.
Shield and spell.
Yep.
Damn.
Okay,
That's
cool. Crawl.
A guy still alive, still in front of me?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Really bad, but alive.
English is fucking hard. I'm gonna reckless attack his face.
Okay. Does hit. And yeah, so basically, he can survive one axe hit, but he cannot survive two. As you come back across, basically you hit him with the 1-2 punch, essentially. The first one, this is coming across from the right. It hits that clavicle. You hear things snap, and you bring it back around to the left, and basically, like, right there on the corner of the neck, it's just, he's halfway to decapitated.
Hell yeah.
And Maman, it is It's now your turn.
I can still.
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, you can use your movement as you wish.
I'm gonna go around the rock, but go ahead. Whoever's next.
Okay. Yep. Move on.
Yeah, I'm gonna shoot the dude that's
It's
fighting
kind
William.
of on the opposite side of still behind the pillar, but kind of on that side of Zorro. What the hell his name is?
Yeah. Move on. Okay.
So that guy next to me died.
Yes, the guy next to you is now dead.
Nearly decapitated.
Which one are you shooting? Big boy in the back? Okay, yeah, that does hit for 8 points of piercing damage, and that kills him.
Correct.
So, as you say, you turn around, you shoot essentially over Nilium's shoulder, and just bury it in his chest.
Hell yeah.
Okay. These Duragar. This boy is going to...
I hope they run away like the little bitches that they are. Nope.
advance and enlarge. Mina.
So the one next to me is dead. The one next to Frosty is not.
It is
No, yeah,
now.
that one's
It
dead
is.
as well.
Oh, that is dead as well.
The only
Crawl
ones that are
just,
alive are these ones.
Just gave him the axe. Yeah, the only three that are still remaining on the field are the three to your immediate south that are engaging you, and are at least one of them is rushing forward. Yep. Okay. So you step around the corner of the rock there. Yeah. So which one are you just sending that straight to the one in the front of the pack there?
Nope. Back
Oh, the one in the back. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So yeah, 23 most definitely hits for 4 points of fire damage. So you get another one of these like nice bright flashes that illuminates the cave as that streak of fire just goes coursing. And then these two, they're on the same initiative, so I'm just going to move them both forward. And they're going to do the same and enlarge. Actually, you know what? He's going to enlarge. This one's going to go invisible. Top of the round, Heck, it is your turn.
I'm going to cast Fairy Fire
Okay.
on that group to the south.
Sure, yeah, they should all be within range. Yeah, 20-foot cube, 30-foot cube.
Yep.
Wait, I believe it's actually a 20-foot cube, right? Yeah, 20-foot cube, so you can get 2 of the 3, basically. Which side, essentially, are you wanting to drop on?
The left.
Okay. So 2 dex saving throws.
I want to attempt to hit the invisible one based on his last position as well.
That's kind of what I figured you were going for there.
Yep.
What is your spell save DC?
12.
12. Okay. Unfortunately, the only one that lights up is the large one.
Yeah.
And Nilium, it is now your turn.
And then I'm gonna roll.
Okay.
So there's only 2 left.
There are 2 you can see, 1 you cannot.
Okay.
You knew he was there, like a second ago he was just there, and now he is gone. He's gone invisible, but he is around.
Okay, I'll use my full 35 feet of movement to at least impose myself between them and the rest. Because wait, do
Sure.
I see what kind of weapons they're wielding?
More war picks.
Okay.
All the same. They're all equipped fairly
Okay.
similar.
Then I'll move up within 35 feet.
Shield, scale mail, war picks, some javelins on their backs. You know, part and parcel. The only one that had any particularly unusual kitting was that first one that had died.
And I'll just use javelin to attack the one that's lit up.
Sure, yeah, go ahead with advantage.
I need to dueling 1 second, or look at dueling. If I have dueling as a fighting style, does that count for javelins? I would think so. Or I'm using it. I'm using it.
If
I'm
you're,
using melee.
yes, if you're trying to stab him with it, I
Yeah,
would
that
say
makes
yes.
sense.
But if you're trying to throw it, no.
No, that's fine.
Oh, melee weapon.
No,
Yeah.
no, RZ. Ron, with Krish got the bonus to dueling when she was throwing knives. It works with Thone too. There's a sage advice on this.
Well, I'll just roll and then just add 2 or not.
Oofta.
Crawford says yes, so I also say yes. So you do get the extra 2 on top of that.
Okay.
Because that most certainly does it. So for 8 points of piercing damage, you are significantly more effective at throwing javelins than they are. Okay, that one is dead. So Scave, your turn.
I have 35 feet of movement, so oh, fantastic.
Yeah, you can basically move right up to them.
Let me check the range on this. 15-foot cube. I don't want to hit him though. Okay, that's fine. I'm sorry in advance. So I'm gonna put myself right there.
Sure.
Wait, what are you doing?
And then I'm gonna cast that.
Sure. Okay.
Oh, okay.
That should 15-foot
Hopefully.
cube centered on yourself, moving right into them. Yeah, I'm gonna say that hits all 3.
Okay. Does it hit what's his face?
Ooh.
His name is Niliam?
Nilly.
I mean, Nail?
Yeah, I'm gonna say unfortunately he's right on the edge of it.
Okay, that's fine. And then I'm also going to symbiotic entity.
Okay. First things first. Is that half damage or no damage on save?
I want to say half. 1 sec.
Okay, you should put that in the spell card.
I will.
So con save.
Yeah, you would go need to make a con save as well.
Something pedal.
Yeah, it's a con save.
Cool.
Effect is half damage.
Oh, you should add the +3 to modifier from your aura. Or wait,
So
do you have that
also
aura yet?
take-
I do not.
So you also take 3 points of
paladin
the
things.
thunder damage.
Okay, and I'll roll my concentration.
As you get a little Tony Stark-esque.
And I succeed my concentration check.
Cool.
I'll fix that spell card later.
And fail and fail. So the big guy that is lit up is now beginning to look pretty rough as the fair fire continues to glow quite bright. And symbiotic entity.
I get 12 temp HP.
Okay, just straight up 10 HP. Cool.
And melee weapon attacks deal extra damage, and I can.
Thunderwave bonus action.
No, it's an action.
Cannot use symbiotic entity in both
okay, yeah.
as an
Wild
action.
Shape. Wild shape is okay. That's fine. I won't gain 12 HP this turn then.
Okay. All right. Crawl.
I'm going to move up and recklessly attack the one that is not lit up.
Sure. Go ahead. Yep. That hits. Just, it's kind of easy to hit them when they're that big.
Yeah.
So you just like right in the, but instead of it being like clavicle breaking blows, this is just straight in the gut.
Hell
You
yeah.
have found the gap in the armor and have just gone straight through.
I'm good at that.
Maman.
Gonna shoot him, dude, because we're really not struggling.
Okay. Which dude? There are two
The
visible
one
dudes.
that Largo's attacking.
Okay. Yep. Yeah, does hit 6 points of piercing damage. So basically, you just drive a shot right in behind where Kroll has opened that gap.
Gross.
And gave. Yeah, I think you're gonna be the one that got hit. You just like, he's gonna
What?
yeah. That's 20 to hit.
That hits.
And that is going to be 12 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
Jesus.
Yeah, he is enlarged, and he is for the very brief moment in charge. Mina.
Yeah, maybe I should have hit that one. Oh.
I mean, they're both enlarged. Like,
No, yeah, I figured everybody else would murder it real quick because Fairy Fire.
Alright, so I'm going to step into melee.
okay.
I'm going to make a rapier attack against the one on the right.
Okay, so the one on the right, the one that Kroll is currently engaged with. Yep. 20 definitely hits. 7 points of piercing damage. You bring him down. Essentially, where Kroll has opened this gap, you just carve straight through.
Alright, and then green flame. Sadly, I can't make the flame red.
Yeah. We can say it's a red flame blade because that sounds cool. So
Okay.
it is now red flame.
I will change my spell's card.
Sounds good to me.
Nice.
Target. See the
So he
card.
does damage equal to my spellcasting ability modifier. Okay, so that's my int bonus.
Yep. If you go onto the spells page, it should be at the very top, automatically calculated.
Yeah, so he takes 3 fire damage.
Okay, cool. So yeah, I mean, you hit him with his rapier, and just this little gout of fire runs up, and he toasts from within in a fairly gruesome fashion.
Toasts from within.
Yeah, it's so he doesn't get his turn at all. So we're back up to the top of the round. With Heck.
I'm and shooting the leftmost one.
Okay. Oh, and there's only one remaining. It's the one that is fairy fired. So that will hit because advantage with fairy fire for 6 points of piercing damage. Yeah, he is on the edge of death's door, and is not long for the world. Nilium.
Nilium will. Can I step over bodies or not?
Yeah. Dead
He
bodies
reverted back
are
to his normal
fine.
size as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, if they're dead, they're back to normal size. So like they're not even a obstacle at this point.
Okay, so I'll go around.
Just I didn't resize everything.
As I'm going around, I'll pat Largo's character on the back,
Troll. Mm-hmm.
telling him I'm coming up, and then I'll attack the last one with my longsword.
Sure.
Oh, that's great.
Yep. So basically, as you come right through there, you give him a good slap on the back, and with a flourish of your longsword, you miss completely.
I was like, I guess that happens,
Yeah. Scave.
Yeah. All right.
Tried to get too fancy.
Is wild shape an action?
It's set on
I
the
believe
last
if you
spell card.
actually use it to change into a creature, it is a bonus action. To use the Halo of Spores effect action, or symbiotic entity effect, it is specifically an action.
Hang on, I'm reading. As an action, I can expend a use of my wild shape. That's fine. Okay, yeah, I'll do that.
Okay. So you go ahead and burn that for, I think it's your 12 temp HP,
Yeah,
right?
12
Okay.
HP.
Do you have any other bonus actions you would like to use?
Healing word on myself.
Okay. Go ahead and roll that, and crawl. We will go ahead and step to you while Scave invests in quality self-care.
Reckless attack the guy.
Sure. Yep.
Actually, no, not reckless attack because he's fairy fired.
I mean, I wasn't going to stop you.
Just regular attack.
Okay. A non-reckless attack, still at advantage.
Yep.
Oh, that's your attack. Yep.
Yep.
24. Yeah. Yeah. No, he's
Yup.
gone. He's gone.
Ah!
I see it was because of my slap.
Yeah. The congratulatory / rallying slap is a time-honored tradition. As they return to their normal size, you have cleared the area of any immediate hostiles. So, what, for lack of a better way of putting this, what is your plan here? Are you do you take a moment to stop and breathe? Do you continue pressing on? Do you wait for backup? What is your...
Well, if we're hearing the signal to retreat, probably continue back toward the city.
Yeah.
As there's got to be a damn good reason that we're ordering retreat.
Absolutely. So you have two immediate directions as far as you can tell. And that is northward and south.
We're
As you can
starting off in
see,
the north.
a gap that goes over here. Some of you do that, some of you cannot.
No, yeah.
Yeah, but you
we
would have
lose
seen that on
bodies,
the
by the way.
approach. Okay. How are you going to do that?
Literally just searching their pockets.
Okay. Perception checks. Anybody who is going to take part.
Hell yeah.
I'll be keeping watch, especially since one guy went invisible.
I
Sure.
see Adams.
Scave both perceives and does not perceive at the same time. He is Schrodinger's gravedigger, or corpse thief.
Okay,
Yeah.
so first and foremost, you're able to recover 15 javelins between the Durgar and the ones you have thrown.
Oh, awesome. I'm gonna take my javelins back.
I'll take
I'm
one
gonna
back.
pick up my arrows.
And other than that, there's not much. I mean, these guys are pretty plainly equipped. There is some really beat up armor, some shields that look like they might be in serviceable condition. And these war picks look pretty good. I mean,
I'll
relatively
take a
speaking.
shield.
How many war picks do we loot?
There are 8 on the field. No, sorry, 7 on the field. One went missing with the other guy.
I'll pick up a war pick.
I pick up a shield. I don't know if you heard me.
Yep, gotcha.
Who are the javelins going to?
Well, they've been pretty useful for me, so I'll take them.
I'll take some as well.
I would like to take 2. Maybe 3.
Go for it. I already have
Hey, go
4, so feel free to take as many as you want, really. I'll just take another, like, 2 or so. How many were there?
There's 15.
Yep, 15 total.
So I
I'll
mean,
just divide
5
that
each.
up between, yeah.
Yeah, just 5 each then.
I'm going to scout around the area while they're doing this.
Okay, go ahead and make a stealth check at, yeah, just stealth check. And which direction are you scouting? Or southward?
Let's go with
Southward, because it's toward the
Southward.
city.
Oh, this east I thought was towards the city.
Yes, city's east.
I thought we were kind of high, so that's fair, actually.
and then I'll go eastward a bit.
So you're heading south and eastward, Mumon. Are
I'm
you
doing
heading
this cautiously.
I'll go the other way, yeah.
Okay,
Just
so
to
you're
see.
going to split off northward and explore? Okay. How far forward do you guys go?
Not that far.
Take here.
Okay. So you just move up there while they're looting the bodies and everything? Okay. How about you, Mawan?
This is
Just advance yourself as far as you're comfortable going.
oh man, I guess.
I have LOS on something. But I can only see the corner of it, so I'm going to...
We should probably go north side then and avoid it, try and just retreat.
So
without
make
further
give me
issue.
a perception check. Heck,
I'll kind of be like loosely accompanying him, like way back here, just to like
Sure.
see if he keep eye on
yeah,
him, see
you
if he
hear
gets
some
murdered.
stuff up ahead, but you're not sure what.
Okay.
Should not go that way.
Well, I mean, if everyone's
It's
retreating,
lucky.
if everyone's retreating, there's going to be a lot of noise in any way that people would be retreating by.
Yeah, those could potentially be friendlies, but
Or people chasing the people retreating.
Yeah, he doesn't hear any sort of signals, friendly or hostile, for whatever that is worth. Meanwhile, up north there, Momon, can you go ahead and make me a perception check as well?
Absolutely.
Yeah, no, I mean, seems clear too. You don't seem to notice anything.
This is how it ends! Oh, I guess if I don't see shit, I'm just gonna keep going a little bit.
Okay. So I mean, at this point, you know, Momon and Heck have both split off in opposite directions. Crawl is keeping on Heck's tail. Is anyone else tailing Momon, or are you guys still holding back, dealing with bodies? Because you know it's going to take you, we'll say, 60 seconds just to quickly fleece them, grab the javelins, scoop them up real quick, and like pass out, and then catch up with either one of your scouts.
I'll catch up with Momon.
Okay, so you split off northward there, going after Momon. Here, let me pull you along.
Should probably go up north just to avoid kind of like they could be friendly, could be not. Should probably just back up and go north instead. That would be Crawls.
Drop a cure wounds on myself.
But if we go north, I can't convert them.
Okay, well, if that is your prerogative, then feel free. But I'm going this way. See you later.
You do not play a barbarian like a barbarian.
What did we hear up north?
You have seen.
We have heard and seen nothing.
Yes, you have heard some general motions to the south that you have not made, but you have not made visual contact with, and you decided to retreat and regroup and follow the northern passage.
Okay.
Does he tell me when it's been 10 minutes?
You got a while yet.
Because my symbiotic entity wears out that.
Okay. Yeah, so as you kind of continue through this northern passage here, it's dead quiet all the way through, right up until you run into a stone wall.
Hell yeah, this looks like a ball sack. Let's get out of here.
Yeah, the sounds must have been retreating.
Oh, cool. Just complete dead end. Alright, never mind. Shit.
Can I look at the wall to see if there's a hidden door?
Sure. Make an investigation check.
I'll wait here until everyone gets through.
Yeah.
Because
There is no hidden door.
If there is, you definitely can't find it. So either it's very well hidden or it doesn't exist.
Let me know who the last person goes by.
Okay. Yeah, so everybody regroups there in the south, just around where you had fought these Duergar prior, and managed to get regrouped. Are you now exploring all the way south?
Yes. Oh,
okay.
Nope, no I'm not.
So as you guys go down there, I need a new set of initiative.
What about the fact that we're stealthing still?
Okay,
Yeah.
well then go ahead and give me... Do you want to roll new stealth checks, or do you want to keep the ones you had before?
I mean...
New stealth check.
Mine's fine,
Okay.
I think. I had a 19.
I'm not even down there, so...
Yeah, good.
I mean,
I
I'm
don't
way in
even-
the back.
Yeah, I don't know
Yeah.
what's going on, so...
This cave is
The good
like...
news is I can run really fast.
I thought we were just gonna head straight east along this path,
I
but...
thought we were going east.
So basically, as the pair of you have split outward to scout further to the south, you have uncovered what appears to be a half drow, half spider
Fuck that!
amalgamation, which
Drider.
you have been sufficiently briefed. You're aware of what these creatures are. They are Drider. They are essentially the brutal attack dog front line of the Drow forces. They are simultaneously respected and feared by even their own friendlies. You know, in so much as
Does
a
it
Drider has
see
friendlies.
them?
And it begins moving in your direction.
Oh god.
I stealthily retreat away.
Okay,
Can
so
we-
are you still trying to remain stealthy?
Yes.
Okay, so remember you are at half speed. Go ahead and
I'm
roll
like
initiative.
here. Oh. Donk.
I'm ready to
Get
leave.
fucked.
I mean, am I
Nice.
rolling? Are we all up
No,
here?
it's just for
Oh.
Heck and Momon.
Dude, we are ready to leave.
You and I are like, let's go.
we are prepped and ready.
You wanna?
Yeah, I mean, unless you guys are wanting to get into a fight with a Drider, in which case I do need
Yeah.
the rest of you to roll initiative.
Hell no.
So fucking lootly not.
This is more of a, are they attempting to just outright run away?
You should
or
use
what
your
is their
cat
strategy
thing
here?
to fucking run.
Yeah, I'm gonna cat away.
Okay, so Heck, you were about here when you were spotted with Momon.
Oh, I thought
So-
I was like. Okay, that's fine. That's
I mean,
less.
that's about where you guys were whenever you.
I'll take it.
That's better. That's
Noticed it.
better for me.
Yeah, I mean,
It is time to go.
I'm gonna.
How far can I go without making a lot of noise?
it's going to be half speed, so 45 feet is the fastest you can move without while trying to remain stealthy.
I mean, if it sees you, then just fucking book it.
I can go my full speed.
I run to here and take cover behind this rock.
You didn't
You're
drag
staying
your.
here, but you're not moving.
Yeah, you
I'm
did.
not sure if this is. Oh, he's not moving on my screen.
Same.
This is Bahamas internet. It's like Phoenix internet, but actually bad and not just like kind of bad.
Oh, you moved on mine on my screen also.
He moved on mine.
Okay,
There he
one moment.
goes.
Ah, there we go. Yep. Okay, roll 20 was just hang up. All right, cool. Heck has moved. Go ahead and give me another stealth roll there to continue to try to sneak away as quietly as possible. Okay.
Oh baby.
Statistically, this is unfair. I just want you to know that.
It could be better. Unfortunately, you trip and dislodge some rocks as you're moving through this cavernous area, Momon.
Well, since the thing probably heard him and then saw me instead because I was closer, I'm just gonna run.
Basically, you can only see like the first leg of the Drider coming around the corner.
Okay, then I'm gonna try and go over here and be stealthy. May as well.
Can I whisper that I am the rock lax? I speak for the rocks, and the rocks say
Okay.
it's the explosions from above.
So yeah, you are a little bit luckier. You are able to navigate a little more stealthily as you move through this cavern.
RZ's phone blowing up.
It's all the
ping, man.
thoughts, dude.
I think it's one specific thought.
No, it's all the thoughts.
She's not a thought, she's a nice lady.
I don't think. Has anyone actually talked to her?
I've met her in person.
Oh, that's nice.
Carl's
Multiple
not
times.
actually there, by the way. He's just there so I can see what the hell's going on.
Wait, what?
He's really like over here.
So the Drider comes storming around the corner, and Momon, you can see it out of the corner of, like, you're halfway hidden behind this rock. You're kind of peeking out, and you can see it coming up the passageway towards you.
Goddamn.
Heck, it is your turn.
I am going to continue moving stealthily
Okay.
and get to here, and I'll reroll stealth. It's a
You'd be
little bit stretched.
a little bit shorter than that. You'd be like right at the point.
In that case,
basically
I'm going
there.
to
Try and move on back that way. Okay. Yeah, go ahead and give me another stealth check. Let's see if you can be a little quieter this time. Meanwhile, are you seeing anything? I think at this point, Crawl and the rest, you guys will have heard the Drider coming. This thing is an out and out sprint. It's not being
Oh, I
quiet.
mean, if it's
Someone-
fucking sprinting, you guys need to bolt.
Yeah, someone in your group will clearly have heard this. What are you guys doing?
We are not.
Wait, can I see it yet?
You, where are you positioned?
Way back
From
where the
your
body-
angle, can you see it?
Can
That's a
I
good
see
question.
it yet?
We're not fighting that.
Is that
We
it
need
right
to
there?
fucking go.
It is right down here.
Oh, I see it.
Yeah, you should be able to see it. It is in the distance. It is dimly lit, so you more see the outline of it. You are a good ways away, and you could very well disengage and simply beat it if you make haste.
So I was hoping that friends would keep running up, and then I could drop spike growth behind him.
These are
But
good
then he
things to
didn't.
know.
Heck, your stealth. You feel much better about this one. You have padded along your feet much more. No rocks tripped this time. Maman. And I want to go ahead and get initiative rolls from everyone else. You'll join in on this next round.
So are we actually
I'll
like
go back to
bitching
rooms.
out from this? Or we?
Yes!
Yeah,
Yes.
we're running from the Drider at level 3.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Wait,
I'm
the-
just
the
gonna-
tank roll.
I'm just gonna run. I think because I can make
Yeah,
100.
it's-
I can make 180 feet in one run.
It is
Alright, well,
sprinting, so that is a good
Listen,
idea.
y'all. I literally can't outrun
Just
it.
stop
Nice to know,
being-
y'all.
Just fucking stop being stealthy and dash and shut
Yeah, that's
stuff.
not gonna stop it. It runs faster than me.
They just get past this point, and Frosty will cast a spell to slow it down, and we will continue running. And maybe you
Okay.
should have gone up instead of farther into a hole.
LO is blocking.
That you could have done that right here.
Also, don't forget, this connects up here. So,
Okay.
if you all run east, I can just run around.
Sounds
I'm
good. So as
willing to bet it will
Maman
catch me.
goes sprinting off.
Away, very far away.
Jesus.
But the Drider definitely sees that, right?
Absolutely, but it already knew, so it doesn't matter.
Drider definitely sees what?
Him fuck off.
Yeah. I mean, like, basically, this is the equivalent of like the almost Benny Hill-esque, like, pops out of the corner, sees Drider, turns the other way, dust cloud.
It has about 60 feet of movement when it's sprinting, right?
You can't quite tell, but it does seem to move up the hallway fairly quickly,
Okay.
and it is going. At this point, it's probably got a good enough line of sight. It is, you kind of. Yeah, I think it will. It'll just go ahead and draw its bow, and it's going to take a shot at Nilium there in the background.
Okay.
Because it's pretty much the only one who's got a clean line of sight. Unfortunately, not clean enough with an 8.
Fantastic. I'll take it.
So we are now back at the top of the round. Heck, it is your play.
Okay, so like if I just stand still, can it see me here? If I'm
But you were
hiding?
completely concealed behind a rock because you were.
I would not move if I were you because
Yeah,
I
I'm
think
not
that
planning on moving. I like exactly where I am. I'm gonna turn.
Can you get past this area so
No,
Frosty can
no,
cast
I
the difficult
fucking
terrain
can't.
thing? What's your
he,
movement speed?
he cannot outrun the Drider.
What's
I
your
cannot
movement speed?
outrun the Drider. Stop
That
asking.
doesn't answer my question.
It's 30. I can get like 60 without getting hit, okay? If I don't do anything, I can get 60. That is running with a bonus action as
Hey,
a
friends.
dash.
You mean action dash?
Whatever,
Yeah,
action
you-
dash.
You can move 9. Wait, what?
The fighter, not a rogue.
Oh, well, you said bonus action.
Sorry, I meant
Yeah.
action. I can move 60.
Okay, well, I mean, your plan is either get stuck there for however
Y'all
fucking
have
long,
fun,
or
I'm
get
stealthy.
past, and then, okay, well,
Drop your thing. I'm gonna go below and around once it moves farther up.
Okay. Heck is going to stay.
Tunnels all connect.
Maman,
Okay.
what are you doing?
Holding action until we're kind of figuring out what we're doing better because I'm not actually sure which direction we're going.
going east, the way we're supposed to.
Okay, well then I'm gonna slow down and like actually scout and see what's up. We're going to the northeast or southeast passage.
There's something else southeast, but I don't know what it is.
So
Yeah, you had seen
northeast.
something forward into the southeast,
So
but you had not made contact with it.
If you would
So
like to scout
northeast.
that, that would be cool.
okay, so you want me to scout southeast and see what's there?
It could
Okay.
be friendly.
That is what I will do.
Okay. You want to explain that a little bit? What are you doing? I was managing things.
I'm gonna like stick to this wall, I guess, this close
Okay.
one,
Southern wall. Sure.
and just like slowly go until I hear or see things.
Go ahead and give me a perception check.
Jesus Christ.
Okay, so as you move forward here, go ahead and move about 50 feet up. We'll call it 60 feet up, actually. You hear the heavy footfalls of boots up ahead, and so, but you're unable to identify, like, boots sound like boots. They don't sound like drow boots, Durgar boots, human boots. But you clearly hear a group of people moving northward towards your position, essentially.
Good God.
Hopefully they're
Crawl.
just retreating soldiers. I too am going to go that direction.
I'm going to relay this information to the team, by the way. No, I'm not. Never mind. Never mind. Ignore it.
So what did he do? Just use his action to dash to move up and then like listen or something?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, functionally, that's essentially how that played out.
Yeah,
This is
I'll move
a
up
mix of
behind
combat
him
and
and
non-combat, so it's a little
I'll do the same.
floaty. Okay. So yeah, basically you have stacked up behind him. Essentially, like, this is the equivalent of like the guy standing in the hallway, hands up in the air, and you're just like falling in behind him, waiting for.
I'm gonna motion him to stop, I guess, when he gets close-ish, because.
Okay.
What do my half-orc ears hear?
You also hear boots with slightly better resolution.
Great.
They sound like lots of boots. Scave.
I'm going to drop my second spike growth.
Okay. Just right there next to you.
Yeah, basically, let's see, 20-foot radius.
You can block, we'll say functionally, the whole hallway. It's,
Yeah,
the
basically, I
Drider's
wanna block
big
the
enough, no
whole
matter how
hallway.
it tries to go, it's gonna have to move through there. Okay, so we're gonna.
We'll do that.
Yeah. Okay.
And then
Newham.
I'm going to step over that way.
I'll use my action to dash.
Mhm.
The 70 feet.
Yeah, so basically that's gonna catch you, yeah, right about here. Maybe a touch further, like there-ish. So you'll be a little ways behind. Essentially, like up ahead, you can see that Crawl has stopped, stacked up on Momon, and everyone seems to be kind of holding for the time being.
But I'll make sure to turn around to make sure.
Sure, yeah, kind of cover that back, like.
Yeah, make sure that I'm not gonna leave you Mo, but making sure that I'm still further up.
Sounds good. And as you guys are holding this position, you see coming from around the corner there a mid-sized contingent of company members that are also listening or in the process of attempting to retreat. You see several standarders that are essentially leading the retreat with probably some 50 or 60 people in tow. And essentially, like, they move up to about even here, look down the hallway, they see Momon, they see Crawl, and real quick visual identification, they realize you're friendly, and quick wave. One of them, essentially, he makes a quick swipe in a circle with the standard, kind of like a silent equivalent of like, rally up, get on me, let's get out of here.
Right.
Mina. And I think
I still have Blade Song.
You how long does it last?
1 minute, and I was.
No, it is definitely
3
dropped
turns
at this
in.
point. Yeah, because your northward diversion and then doubling back, that has killed your first Blade Song.
Unfortunate.
I'm not going to burn it yet, but I'm going to move 80 feet to Sunflower
Okay.
Dash.
Sure. Sounds good.
We are quite mobile.
The Drider is going to continue to advance. And it has now heard noise, so it is going to come this way.
Holy fucking shit.
Zero fucks.
How much?
It's almost like I knew this was gonna happen.
Doesn't difficult terrain reduce its movement speed? I can't remember.
So it would, if it
Drider.
walked on the ground.
It
God
has
damn it.
spider legs.
As it has watched you cast this and turn this area in front into hostile ground, it skitters up onto the wall.
It's just like, nah, fam.
RZ,
And
I hate you.
it is crawling along the wall, wrapping around on the right, Death in its eyes, it is coming for you.
Do I perceive the Drider's gender from here?
All right. So
It's
Looks
I
like a
can
woman
move,
to you.
I can move 30
Oh, it's
feet.
a girl Drider. I mean,
I
of course
can-
it is.
I can dash for an extra 30.
Yes. So you move your full movement, and then dash is an action to go your full movement again.
Can I do anything with my bonus, or is it just the 60?
Just the 60. You are not a rogue.
Okay. In that case, I'm going to.
Well, what's freedom of movement? That's like way higher. Never mind. That's like a 4th level spell.
Joe, do you have slow?
Or Longstrider? Is that a cleric spell? I don't think it is.
That's a level 3 spell.
Lamo.
Level 3
No.
spell. Okay, yeah.
I
just
can
like
cast.
things that make you run faster. I don't know.
I can
So
cast.
I'm
no,
gonna
no,
be here,
I can
Not
cast.
Longstrider, I meant slow.
and then
Oh,
it's my
so-
turn
yeah,
again.
Yeah, go ahead and give me another stealth check.
Can I use my bonus action to hide? Can I fit this stealth check?
I say no, unfortunately not, because yet again you are not a rogue.
No,
but
I have that. I have that as a thing.
oh, you do? Goblin?
Goblin.
Ah, goblin. Yeah, totally. You can take the hide. So basically, like, you essentially are. We'll say instead you were like right here. You were pressed up against this wall. You were waiting to hear that Drider move past, and then you're gonna try and bolt across that hallway.
Pretty much, yes. So I guess I hold
Sounds
my
good.
action again. Wait, can you still see me in that southern passage?
Can what still see you?
The Drider is like around the corner yet in the north.
No, it is not around the corner yet. You can still hear it like in the tunnel up ahead. So
Okay.
you are holding here. You are waiting until next turn to make your great escape. Moman, it is your turn.
I played too much Twitch for this to happen to me.
I'm gonna touch crawl with the move fastness.
Hell yeah.
Is that a concentration spell?
It absolutely is not.
Okay,
And that increases your movement speed by 10 feet
sounds good.
for an hour.
Sweet.
And then I guess I'm gonna go. Do we know where the exit is? Do we have any idea at all?
Straight eastward. Yeah, I mean you have
yeah.
maps. You know where you're at. You are barreling eastward. Eastward is life.
Plus, like, linking up with the contingent of people.
Who could
Yeah,
help
so
us?
you know basically in this general direction is your escape.
Okay, I'm gonna tell the nerds that there's a Edge Rider behind us, moving fast.
I'm going to make pointing motions like it's right here.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna move as fast as I can, which I think is 90 up here.
Something. We have 2 fast movers inbound. Yeah.
God damn it! I don't have Longstrider prepared.
Okay. Cool. So as you move on forward, you can now see the bulk of this group that is coming in from the south. They look wrecked. While
God.
you guys are in decent shape, these guys are bloody, beaten, battered, and every other B adjective I can think of that means bad.
Bucked.
Probably. There are some that you're not really sure how they're walking under their own influence, but they are. Probably sustained purely off adrenaline. If they stop, they're probably dead.
I mean,
Crawl, you were
they're-
just moving forward.
Yeah, dashing up to
Okay.
them and telling them to move their asses because Spider Monster's coming.
Sounds good. Scave.
Feels bad that we just sicked this spider on these dudes.
And whose fault is that?
The 2 of yours for going that far south. For no reason.
Technically, yes, but we could have dragged it the other way.
No.
Curiosity killed the cat and all.
No, curiosity killed the goblin.
I mean,
Cat's
there
Except
fine.
for
was,
the part where
also,
it's not
Escape, it is your
chasing me anymore.
by the way, there was literally 0 reason to go south when our escape route was east.
Well,
to-
that's
to-
south
to-
next to east.
Is gonna 35 times 2 is 70.
All day. Yep.
Fuck. I
Literally
can't.
connects right here, Largo.
Yeah, but still didn't need to fucking do that.
Well, seeing as
Didn't
I
get there,
can't
that's fine.
outrun it, Thonk. It has a bow, Thonk.
going right
just
there.
meant
Okay.
there was no reason to go down there in the first place.
Sounds
anyway.
good. Any bonus actions? You have a few, I believe, because druids.
Blame Zora for that. not me.
No.
Okay. Didn't know if you wanted healing word or anything. Million.
I was blaming the both of you.
Cena's Mo's coming up. Take another 70. And Cena is a lot faster than me. I'll take my 70.
Mhm.
Around there.
Okay.
That'll be my turn.
Sounds good. So your compatriots, they are essentially moving to cover. They are, although their token isn't that big, they are forming a line. They are holding this passageway right here, waiting for everyone to move clear of it.
Are they going to
Mina.
sacrifice themselves?
I mean, it's
This is like a spear wall essentially.
Yeah.
Like they have dropped into position. You know, this is a fighting retreat, is what they're setting up for. They're trying to get you guys behind the wall, advancing in reverse, and get out. Hopefully, with everyone intact.
In that case, I will join the wall, since that's pretty much happening as I'm running
Mina.
behind them.
Joe?
I think I walked up behind the spear wall, so I'm going to dash again.
Okay. Sounds good. So as you start closing this gap, you get about halfway between the two. As this wall is slowly moving towards you, as everyone tries to kind of fall in line. So they were at a dead sprint until they ran into you, and realizing this Drider is down the hallway now, they are trying to pivot, form a line, get spears, and like make an organized retreat instead of the all-out sprint. they were engaging in
Mildly
before.
surprised that is the decision, instead of just booking it.
Not all of us are wussies like you.
They are the professional.
They probably
That's
have
true.
orders.
As the pink arrow just creeps forward.
Not 30 feet, it's fine.
Menacingly.
So the Drider rounds the corner. And essentially just like it is now standing in not in the middle, it has hugged the wall as it comes around the corner here, still climbing along it.
RZ, I want you to know how much I hate you.
And it is going to attempt to cast Hold Person on Mina.
Oh god.
Mina, I need you to make a Wisdom saving throw.
He is in the bathroom.
Oh, well, that's unfortunate.
Does he have
You can
counter?
make it
He
for
probably,
him.
I doubt he's got counter spell.
You can't cast it. You're not high enough level to cast counter spell.
Damn.
I will make him make that Wisdom saving throw when he returns. Heck, it's your turn.
I peek my head around the corner and see if I can see the Drider still.
Okay, make a perception check. You can't hear it. It seems to have gone on northward around the corner.
I go.
You go what?
And I hide.
Okay. Yeah,
Wait,
as you
wait.
sprint across.
Franz, go this way.
I am. That's what I'm doing right now.
Okay.
Yeah, no, the connector's there. I saw it when I
Okay.
came down the first time.
Great.
Momon.
I'm just
Which is
gonna
why I
wait
went
here
south in the first
and
place.
see and just make sure that people don't get screwed over too bad.
You're holding position. We'll also call
well-
that held action. So if you want to, say like be ready to shoot something or something along those lines.
Yeah, once the dude comes within 60 feet, if that happens, I'm gonna cast Hold Person on them.
I think that would have to be holding.
Okay.
Or Shatter, I mean. Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, crawl.
Alright, so if I were to hold action, is that only my action, or does that include the bonus action too?
If you hold action, you basically lose the bonus action.
Oh, okay.
Like you couldn't say like hold rage plus attack
Yeah,
or something
yeah.
like that. You could hold your attack, but you would either have to rage on your turn or not rage at all. Same with movement. You can either move on your turn
Yeah.
or not move.
I'm just gonna hold the javelin at the ready in case it comes in range.
Okay. So if the Drider comes within range, you will throw a javelin.
Correct, because
Scathed.
it is currently out of it.
All right, I will.
Since apparently we're fighting.
I'll tap my quarterstaff and cast Shalog on it. And then I will
Okay. Bonus action.
drop Moonbeam
Come
on
on.
that boy.
Sure. Is there saves or anything? I need the full spell card.
God damn it! Why aren't my spells like that? Fuck.
Because they aren't like on the attack thing by default.
It is a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. What is
Half
the DC?
as much. 13.
It does succeed, so it takes half. So that is going to be 8 points of radiant damage.
Neat.
Nilium.
Um,
Oh, Scave, are you moving any?
Yeah, I'm gonna move back 1 sec.
Okay.
That's so it's when the creature enters the spell's area for the first time on its turn or starts its turn there. So it's like a 5-foot circle.
Okay. So, so basically you have called it down on top of the Drider,
Yes.
and it technically won't take the damage until its turn. Got it.
Right.
Okay, understood. Nilium.
Honestly, I would like Nilium. Depends on if Mo gets paralyzed or not.
Right. Okay. So
Because
we'll
if Mo
just...
got paralyzed, I would run back and stand, but like so he couldn't get melee attacked.
Sounds good. So we're gonna pause briefly for station identification while we wait for Joe to return.
I'm
also,
going to grab a drink then.
Yes.
Oh.
You should go grab a drink though.
Yeah, go ahead and grab your drink. We're gonna keep rolling on through here. Joe, first and foremost, I need you to make a Wisdom saving throw. The Drider is attempting to cast Hold Person on you.
There we go. That's what I want.
Unfortunately, that does not succeed. You are paralyzed.
Nilium would then move up. Definitely. Oh god, that's not a lot.
Do I get another saving throw on my turn?
Yeah, you will get another saving throw on your turn.
He would just go as far as he can, which I guess is right next to him, and try and give him another target to hit.
Okay, basically just stand with him.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Okay, they are going to hold. The archers among them are going to draw and fire.
Actually, I forgot how to action.
My back.
Sure, yeah, what do you have?
Considering that's too far away, I would just actually use my dash action to actually get in front of them.
Okay, sure, just stepping a couple more steps forward.
Yeah.
So as you kind of position yourself between Mina and the Drider, you see a volley of arrows come whizzing over your head, which is fairly impressive shots considering how small this passageway is. Not that it's a terribly far shot, but you see several that are peppering the Drider's body. It doesn't seem terribly effective, but it seems to have done enough to at least anger her. Mina, go ahead and make that Wisdom saving throw again. Okay, unfortunately, you are still paralyzed.
Oof.
Oh wait, hold on. She has to make her con save to make sure concentration. No. Okay, you actually are not paralyzed because that. Hold on. So her turn, spell drops. You're unparalyzed. You actually get your turn. Had to resolve that in the proper order. So basically, you see the volley of arrows go flying over, and then suddenly you feel like you can move again.
60 feet away. Or make a standard move back towards the front lines.
Sure.
Pro tip kids, measure then move. Measure then move. And I'm not going to dash because now there's a person behind me, and I am going to, I guess, firebolt her.
Okay, sure. Go ahead.
Before I do, I would do a roguish shrug on my shoulders, saying, "Sorry, sugar tits."
And that does hit.
Firebolt her.
Yeah. So as you send this bolt of fire streaking down the corridor yet again, it finds purchase, and basically like right where drow ends and spider ends, you get it right like the waist essentially. And it is her turn. That's when she'll take the moonbeam damage.
Yeah, so that's 8 damage.
Okay.
It's Boomkin all over again. What a shit meta.
She's going to move her 30 feet forward, moving up to Nilium, and then she's going to dispel magic.
On
Destroying the moonbeam.
I was literally about to release concentration on that anyway.
It is an affront to her existence.
how far does that dispel magic hit? Would it hit me, or do you know that I have
It's a single
magic?
effect. It's only one
Okay.
effect. She can't just like blomp. No more magic.
Okay, yeah, I just found out where exactly.
Yeah. No. Basically, like it's one of those start of turn. She takes the damage, dispels, and then continues forward.
Okay.
Heck, it is your move.
Done.
Okay. I'll move on.
Map's too big.
She is moved within range, so Kral is going to throw his javelin before the round ends.
Okay. Yep.
Recklessly, so it's just normal. Because she's at the long end of the range.
Right. Yep.
I'm not raging, so it's just 8.
Right. Yeah. Unfortunately, that does not hit though.
Fuck.
Wait, what? Oh. That?
Yeah.
That was my held action.
Yeah. Okay. Now, Maman, your turn.
I don't actually think I could have used Rex attack there, but oh well. Because I just realized it says on my turn. So, whoops.
It's fine. You would have missed anyways.
Yup.
Throw. See here.
Alright.
He's dead, Jim.
Okay.
But,
Yeah,
Apparently
I'm
not.
good now.
Alright, we'll come back to him then. Crawl. Oh, wait, hold on. He's typing. Wait for it. Oh, his mic is not functioning. That is a problem.
get fucked, idiot.
You should restart mobile.
Judging by the fact that an 18 doesn't hit, we should probably bail.
No, I should not have the mute button clicked. That would help a little bit.
Yep, that'll do it.
Yep. I'm still just gonna keep here waiting. I don't think we're gonna.
Okay.
How's Nilium doing? Is he like gonna die?
I mean, he's fine at the moment, but he is currently staring
Engaged.
down, quote unquote, a Drider, in so much as you can stare down something that is triple your height.
Staring up, if you will.
Yeah,
so if
staring
I
up.
move up like. Oh, it's like 10 feet out of my range. I'm so upset.
I mean, I don't think that we should engage this thing in melee anyway.
I wasn't gonna engage in melee. I was gonna spell cast at it,
Oh.
but it's still out of range. I'm gonna move up 60 feet. Or until right about here, I guess. And then as soon as it comes in range, cast Shatter.
Okay. So you're holding Shatter. That sounds good. What is the range on that? Is that 30 feet?
60 feet.
60 feet. Okay, perfect. Crawl.
Nilium, are you planning on bailing out of there next turn?
It's really big, so I think so.
I'm probably gonna.
That's what she
How
said.
come our paladin sounds like what a barbarian's supposed to sound like, and our barbarian sounds like what a rogue is supposed to sound like?
I'm just a little upset that you haven't called anyone a stupid git yet, or any other Scottishisms.
Well, I was told that I'm not allowed to use the accent, and that makes me very sad. So
Look, so like
It would get really annoying.
we might reconsider once we can understand what the fuck you're saying.
More importantly, Crawl, what are you doing?
important, yes. Sure.
Consider. I'm just gonna reckless attack with another javelin, because why not?
Okay. Sure. Yep.
Fucking hell.
Nope.
Yeah, I'm
Escape.
never gonna hit that damn thing.
Scave is going to chill touch.
Okay. Go ahead and roll. That does hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
It's going really slow.
Okay. For 2 points of necrotic damage.
Neat.
Newham, what is your strategy here?
Please, God, run. Dear God, run, please.
So, knowing that Nilum knows that he's actually pretty fast with 35 feet of movement, he will disengage and move 35 feet away, hoping to be 5 feet out of range.
Okay. So you're taking the disengage action, not provoking the attack of opportunity, moving 30 feet.
35
Sounds good. Or 35 feet, yep.
Yeah, because of his racial bonus.
Okay. Yeah, so you're just shy of Mina at this point. Okay.
And for no, he uses action. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, so you still have a bonus action of some sort if you
No,
want.
yeah.
Yep. Okay. You disengage, no attack of opportunity. It is now the backup turn. Okay. Yeah, another barrage of arrows goes flying overhead. And these guys are doing some work. Like, you are turning this Drider into a pincushion slowly, but damage is clearly being dealt. Mina.
Dot.
Joe?
I'm thinking.
Oh.
Or I'll move back another 30. Still not going to do Blade Song yet.
Okay. So as you move,
go ahead.
So as you move back forward, you can, for all intents and purposes, rejoin this, spear wall, shield line, archer block, if you would so desire.
So I'm going to
your
get the King of Spears and back in, and then Fire Bolter as I back into the spear wall.
Yeah. So as you're moving back in under cover there, go ahead and make your attack roll. Yeah, hits. 10 more points of fire damage. For having been almost dried your food a couple seconds ago, you're doing some damage. And the Drider is going to advance. And as it does, it tosses the longbow aside, draws the longsword, and is going to attempt to strike William.
Does it have more than 30 feet of movement?
Yeah.
Can reach.
Feels bad.
18 to hit. That doesn't work. You still have all your spells up, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So as it kind of.
If it's been 10 minutes, and even if it doesn't, 19's my natural.
10 minutes. No, I don't think it's been 10 minutes. That wasn't that big of a detour you took to the north.
Yeah.
Definitely in the 5 to 8 range. So you're burning some time. If this keeps dragging out, you could run into trouble. But regardless, it wouldn't have hit. Heck, it is your turn.
It's really close. It's coming closer.
I move to here and shoot it.
Okay. Go ahead and make your attack roll.
Oof.
Milan.
No, yeah, he's within.
Oh yes, no. At the bottom of the
Yeah.
round, sorry, your shatter would have fired because you had
Yeah.
held that action. You got to remind me on that.
I didn't have it in my sheet, but it's a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
And I'm gonna
the-
hit it like. Hold on, I'm gonna hit it like. Do it. Ugh. Okay, just kidding. I'm gonna wait, and then as soon as Nilium moves out of 10 feet of the Drider, then I'm gonna launch it because it's within 10 feet.
Okay.
Uh,
Also, you could drop that underneath the Drider because the Drider's a large creature. You could just drop it under the Drider and not hit Nilium.
Okay, Constitution saving throw, 3d8 on a failed save, half as much.
Okay, so go and roll your 3d8. It got a natural 20 for a total of 24,
Christ
so it
almighty.
definitely succeeded. Okay, so 11 points of damage. Like, still no small thing. You can tell that it's wounded as this cave wall shatters and splinters into this Drider's body.
Okay, well then on my turn, can I just cast it again, or I don't remember how hold action works.
Yeah, so basically that would have gone off at the end of last round. This is the beginning of the next round. You can act as you normally would.
Okay, I'm gonna cast it again then, I think.
Okay, sure, go for it.
Okay. Roll Constitution save.
That is a 23.
Yeah,
it
still makes.
was a 19 plus 4, so it'll make it. But go ahead and roll your 3d8 again. Although I hate to break it to you, you're probably never gonna fall. Oh, jeez, 2 more 7s. You've got to be kidding. Okay, so 8 more points of damage. Yeah. You're putting a hurt on her at this point. Like, it's still a massive spider approaching to kill you, but it's a massive approaching spider to kill you that looks a little worse than it did before. Crawl.
Crawl wishes that he moved forward last turn. Well, he's gonna move 40 feet because Go Fast spell is still in effect.
It is indeed.
And then recklessly throw a javelin at actual advantage this time.
Okay.
And fucking miss!
Yep. Unfortunately, as you sprint forward, you throw it straight into the armor.
I'm also gonna start raging because he's getting really fucking pissed at missing all these javelins.
Okay, you are raging. Scave.
I will go ahead and
Soul Boy status confirmed.
Soul touch again and miss, and then I will step here.
Okay. Knew him.
I'll take disengage again, but this time move next to
Crawl.
Crawl.
Yep.
Just forming a line with him and just
Okay.
look over at him and be like, "Oh, I guess we're staying right now. What's going on?"
Yeah. Okay. So as you stop and do that, and you start turning around, like everyone's like, are you staying? Basically, the what you can only assume is the commander. You can't quite tell who it is in this dim light. Someone is just shouting over the back of the line, "Get back! Get back! We're leaving! Get back!" As another volley of arrows goes flying over.
You know what? I don't know about this commander, but I believe in us.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna hit it really fucking hard. Fuck that guy.
Well, I'm going to get back.
Okay.
The times when we shouldn't run, we run. The times when we should run,
I mean, I was planning
we
on
don't
running,
run.
and then we were wearing it down, so fuck it.
And I'm going to firebolt it one more time.
Sure. Yeah. Go and make your attack roll.
Dude, I believe in us.
Please tell me that hits.
Yeah, it definitely hits. For 2 points of fire damage. Okay. It is now the Drider's turn.
Oh, real quick, when on the turn that I spend rage, do I tick down my rage tracker when it ends? Like for the
Yes,
minute?
that is one of your
Okay. Go ahead.
It is going to advance And it is going to take a swipe at Crawl, who is stepping slightly further forward with its longsword.
Is that within 10 feet of me?
Pushing it, maybe. Question mark.
Right on the edge.
Yeah.
Can I make my reaction? Basically the question I'm asking you.
What are you trying to do?
Halo spores.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'll say yes, because that is a thing around you. It's not like you're trying to reach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
I'll say
it's 10-foot range, so.
Mhm.
Let me read
Yeah, go ahead and give me the text on that.
So,
Also, Crawl, that is a 24 to hit.
Absolutely.
because I have
Okay.
symbiotic entity, I roll the damage twice.
And that is 10 points of slashing damage to you.
Cool. Reduced
Half
to
to
5.
5. Yep.
So he takes 3 necrotic damage from me.
Okay.
Oh, it's Constitution saving throw apparently. 13.
It succeeds. Is that a half damage or
No damage.
no damage? Okay, so it doesn't take that damage. Cool.
Cool. Okay.
Sounds good. Bottom of the round. Okay. Heck, it is your turn.
Oh, look, there's another one.
What?
I said, oh, look, there's another one.
Could
That
you
was
elaborate?
There's another Drider coming from the
Oh,
north,
God.
I yell.
Coming from where?
The north.
Okay, we need to fucking go.
And with that, I hastily fire off a shot at the already wounded one and sprint my little ass to the east.
Okay, so 1 shot and 30 feet of movement. Or 30 feet. You don't get any extra. Yeah.
I am short.
25?
Okay. That is a miss. Is it 25?
I had a feeling.
Goblins.
No, it's 30. If it was 25, I wouldn't play this class.
Okay, move on.
Quote, I told you the south was the right direction.
What?
I'm not actually sure what I want to do right now.
I think run.
Probably move back, and
Okay, then we're gonna
if you can.
we're gonna masterfully retreat.
Or
To clarify, the exit you're going for is here.
Thank God.
Due east.
Okay, I'm going to change my movement slightly.
Yeah, you can shuffle that around there. Sorry, I thought I had pinged that before.
you did.
I probably did.
Okay, just checking.
Okay, I was saying like fighting retreat, not just fucking.
Oh, fighting retreat. Okay, I can
Yeah,
see
Too
it.
late,
like-
he already moved.
All right,
Just
Moman
saying.
has bolted. He's just like, oh, you guys said retreat? Great. Bye.
I'll
Quote, the
fairy
backseat cowards won't fight.
I'll fairy fire this one and then I'll retreat.
Okay. So that's a dex save. What's the DC on that? I mean, she rolled an 11, so surely it's higher than 11.
Surely higher than 11, yeah.
Yeah.
The spell save, yeah. Okay. And then I move 60 feet.
Okay. Crawl.
Oh, so you got fairy fired in that? Okay, cool.
Yep.
Just gonna take
And
man.
you hear the yell of Drider from way back to you.
I'm gonna be a man and hit it.
Okay.
Okay, never mind. No, I'm not.
Yeah, as you swing out, for as big as it is, it's still surprisingly nimble, and you
Yep.
fail to connect.
And
Escape.
I'm gonna move back, provoking an attack of opportunity
Yep, so
should it
as you
choose.
move. She swings out. Only with a 10 misses.
Yup.
Oh wait, no, you reckless attacked. That is with
No, I
advantage.
did not.
It's
I
Oh no,
only normal
fairy fire.
attack, fairy fire.
You have advantage from fairy fire. Nope, you're good. Totally fine. 10 still misses. Okay, as you fall back into the wall there, Nilium.
Wasn't someone in front of me? Isn't
Sorry,
Yeah, it is
Scave.
now
Yes,
Frosty's.
no.
Oh, hi.
I had already advanced the tracker and got confused. Yep.
I will step back to here.
Okay. You were not within melee. You don't provoke an attack of opportunity. You fall back
Chill
into the
touch.
group.
Well, he burned his reaction.
That's also true.
Yeah, but chill touch.
Crits. 8 points of necrotic damage. Okay.
And that's all I got.
Seeing as he is busy attacking
Yes, it-
Crawl, I'll attack back.
Okay. You go ahead and make your attack roll. With advantage, still fairy fire. 24 definitely hits.
And
points
I
of slashing damage.
will use a smite
Okay.
for 6
6 points. Delicious.
And then I'll move back my 35 feet.
Alright.
I am testing chill touch because I think I fixed it. Cool.
Okay. So as you guys all fall back into this spear line, you are, and as basically as a group action here, the entire wall is going to move backwards. 30 feet, a little bit more. All right, and they are taking another shot.
Oh shit.
Okay.
Huh.
Yeah, doing some more damage. You see a few more shots land. Drider's looking pretty rough, but still standing. Okay, and Drider in the north. Drider on the storm, if you will.
Spookers.
Comes clattering around the corner and sees a goblin and a cat. And is going to make 2 attacks with this longbow at, I guess, probably
It'd probably be
Maman.
Yeah.
Closer, yeah.
Ha!
I mean, they're both within range, but yeah.
I will
Okay,
live.
so 20 to hit.
Absolutely does.
Okay, so you take 7 points of piercing and 2 points of poison.
Oh boy.
I got you, fam.
And-
Just get close to me.
14 doesn't hit you, right?
No, it does not.
Okay, yeah, so the second one just clatters against your armor, but doesn't do any damage. Mina. You do notice this Drider from the north looks a little bit bigger than the one behind you.
Oh no.
What the hell?
Joe?
I'm sorry, what?
It is your turn.
I don't know how I missed that. I blame the Jeff thinking of that. Alright. I mean, nothing crazy here. I'm going to back off, which actually puts me in a firing angle, and, oh, how far am I away from it? In range, I'm going to firebolt it. Eh. And that's about it.
Okay. Yeah, unfortunately, it does not hit, as you may have suspected.
What?
The glowing Drider is going to continue to move forward. and basically engage with this front of the spear bolt, taking a swipe with the longsword, and basically this thing bodies somebody in the front. You can't quite tell who, but there was a person and then there was a gap. Top of the round. Heck.
Close enough. And I have no more spells.
Okay. You juice up Momon just a little bit. Momon, it is your turn.
Run, cat friend. Run like the wind.
Cat friend will be running immediately. Let's see. Yeah, I guess I'm just gonna, because he's out of range of everything. Yeah, I'm just gonna book it.
Okay.
I'd be off the map, but I'm just gonna go right here.
Sure. Yeah, so basically, as you sprint all the way forward off the map, we'll say, you are encountered by a small team of 4 humans. And you would immediately recognize these are some of your siege demolitions teams. And they are
they're about
preparing
to
to collapse this cave.
Oh, not yet, team.
Make a persuasion check. These guys are panicking.
Oh, Jesus.
Jesus.
Okay. They've held off. They have charges placed at the base of these supports. These guys are ready. They are trigger happy. You've got to move.
You may or may not want to yell that back at us.
Crawl.
I'm going to toss a javelin at the fairy fired one and then
Sure.
retreat.
Okay. That does actually hit.
Okay,
for
good.
your 6 points of damage.
Sweet. Also, the whole ancestral protector thing is a thing.
Mm-hmm. Yep. But try and attack anybody else. Got it.
They get resistance and all that. Yep.
Okay. As you retreat backwards, Scave.
Scave is going to cast Entangle up here.
Okay. Yeah, so you just kind
Basically, because I can just barely see that
Right.
dude, I just want to try to entangle him.
Spiders have a very distinct sound. You can clearly hear it. You saw or you heard bow shots. You've heard your comrades yelling out as they're
Hello.
He's back. Never mind. No longer a problem. Great. Okay, Dried Up here is still caught in the webs. There's nothing it can do. It is going to fire some longbow shots into the group. Yeah, these are all rolls. It picks off some random schmuck that has the misfortune of being on the outside.
Whoa, these are
Avoiding-
company men. They are not schmucks, sir.
Every schmuck has every schmuck has a company, and every company has a schmuck. Mina, it is your turn.
I'm gonna call him Minor Bird from now on.
That feel when nobody's used to their new character names yet.
You know, well, it takes time.
I mean, some of us took meme names, and I hate you.
Joe, it's your turn.
I'm not apologizing.
No, he's dead.
Panic.
Rip.
Panic. He lives.
Or it's just hungover, one of the two.
I can still hear you. I'm stepping away for 2 seconds to grab another bottle of water.
Let's Joe.
That one hits.
I don't know if you heard, but the soldiers in front of us are breaking rank and sprinting for the exit.
Yeah, I heard that.
Okay.
But did you catch that sick and snare?
That does, in fact, definitely hit. Were you launching at this one behind you or the one to the north?
The one behind me.
Okay. As you strike it, it falls to the ground.
Damn, killed one and snared the other. Sweet.
Alright, now we kill the other.
No.
Ignore the demolitions.
Hell no.
No.
Okay.
Just
Top
go
of the
for it.
round. Heck, it's your turn.
Well, you know, I run.
Okay. Sounds good. Move on.
I also run out of the cave.
Sure. Yeah. So actually, you're even further. Like this cave is actually part of the outer limits of the city. So you are essentially like running into the city center towards that freight elevator.
Great.
Okay. Crawl.
Crawl is also dashing.
Sure.
And losing rage.
Sounds good.
In the
Any
process.
rage drops. Scave.
Ski stashing.
Sure. Nilium.
I'll dash my 70.
All right. Everyone is on a all-out sprint. The droider from the north is going to. Is that the end of the turn? Did I make that save?
For Joe.
For Entangle?
Entangle, it can use its action to make a save.
Uses action. Ooh.
Yeah.
It's just gonna shoot. They're mostly creatures of rage.
So you are making that a disadvantage, right?
Which is why Entangle is so fucking good. Holy
Yeah,
shit.
that is super good. And the restrained causes disadvantage on its attack rolls.
Yes. Let's see. So 16 might hit you. I know the 13 misses.
I don't actually know.
Let's see. Mina, character sheet. AC 13. Joe, do you have anything up that mitigates that AC any? Otherwise, you have been shot by a drow.
I think Blade Song does, but he doesn't have it up right now.
I mean, if he has shield.
Shield. I can cast shield as a reaction.
Shielded reaction. Okay, so there's a 16 and a 13. So, actually, so normally those both will hit you.
Yeah, bumped up the 5. I mean,
Okay, so you
18.
shield the first time and both miss.
Oh, that is cool.
Hell yeah.
Okay. Mina, it is now your turn.
I'm going to dash.
Okay.
Oh, we killed that one. Neat.
We sure did.
I killed that one.
We killed that one.
I wasted a second level spell slot trying to slow it down.
I don't know if that would be considered wasted, DBH.
Okay. So I think at this point we're gonna say we're out of combat order. You have moved past, and essentially as everyone runs, give me a dex save real quick. Just everybody.
Oh no. Oh no, I'm fine. Elven agility.
Ooh.
That is not a
Rocks
natural
fall
one.
into
Can
us
I?
die.
Do I get advantage on this because of my danger sense?
You're running directly away from it. I'm gonna go with no.
But it's something. It's an effect that I can see.
Wait, do I need to roll an agility since I'm already say dexterity? Since I'm
No,
already,
you're
way
so
the
far
fuck
ahead.
out.
You're clear of this.
Jesus.
You are basically on the other side with the guys that are trying to light the fuse that you keep trying to prevent them from doing it. Okay, so let's see here.
I hope that Nilium and Heck do not get trapped on the.
Scave, you take 4 points of piercing damage from shrapnel.
Oh, phew.
How much
Maman,
do I take?
No,
you're
I'm out.
too far removed.
Yeah.
You're fine. Mina, you take 8 points of piercing damage. Nilium, you take 8 points. Heck, you take 8 points.
Okay.
Did I miss anybody? I feel like I'm short one.
Me? I rolled
Yeah,
10.
No, yeah. You take 8 points of damage.
I maintain concentration on my spell.
Okay, fantastic. And so yeah, basically like you guys are clear.
Did you say 8?
And essentially like this was like 5 steps short of danger close. Like you are just far enough away that this is not threatening lethal damage, but instead is just scattering a ton of rock and shrapnel behind you as that cave is brought down.
I'm immediately going to start cussing out the demolition engineers in broken
They're
Scottish
gone.
English.
They're gone. These guys have bolted. It is just the like, nope, okay, bolt. And so basically, you guys are now positioned. Let me try you over here. Essentially here, having just collapsed a system of caves right there. And you know your goal is to run here.
Okay, let's run there.
All right. Everybody, go ahead and give me Constitution checks. This is just about like your ability to keep up, move as a group. Overall,
Not saves.
Yeah,
Really?
just check. No saves, just checks.
God damn it. Technically speaking, it's the same for me anyway. But
Yeah, I mean, sure.
I'll take the 14
Okay,
over
12, 10, 11, 14, 14,
I
4.
have short legs. Leave me alone.
Okay, so you've done better, but for a group that has just broken ranks and ran, you get there relatively intact. You're all sore, you're all exhausted. This is horrific and terrible. Essentially, as you are approaching the central tower, spire, whatever you would like to call it, and you make your way in and up, it's about 3 layers, essentially to a like large flat ceiling right here that makes up this lift you came down in the first place. Essentially surrounding you everywhere, you can just see Drow, Rider, Duragar just pushing in from every direction. You've got them. The city has fallen.
Well, that's bummer as
And-
fuck.
I don't think we're collecting our bonus, boys.
Burn,
They are standing on this platform right now as you're approaching. There are about 2 dozen mountain dwarves in heavy armor, for them tower shields, which means they
Regular
span about
shields.
your height, and they are armed with these pretty nasty looking pikes, and behind them you see a few odds and ends of dwarven men and women that are in a variety of garb. You see everything from might be a nightgown. It's a little hard to tell. None of you are dwarves, and you're definitely not familiar with dwarves from the Underdark. But it is clearly they're not nearly as dressed as most of the others on this platform. And you see others that look like they're also in similar military gear and everything. And scattered amongst them, there are maybe a dozen or so additional people. And the demolitions crew that were with you are now arguing with two mountain dwarves that were standing on the edge of the platform. And how involved do you want to get in this?
I want to run up and punch the demolitions guy.
Yeah, okay. Make a unarmed attack. That is going to be a d20 plus your dex. No proficiency bonus.
But you're proficient with your unarmed strikes.
Oh, are you as a fighter?
Does
You're
anybody,
proficient with
everybody,
weapons.
I think
It's
everybody is,
okay.
unless that's an
It's
older roll.
D20 plus
whatever.
dex.
Plus 17, yeah, sure. Dex mod. I think.
Yeah, so on a natural one, that is going to...
I
Yeah,
don't
no,
know.
You punch yourself.
running at this guy and just like...
How about he hugs him instead?
No, I think it's you hit the wrong guy.
Oh, nice.
Like you
Which
come
one do I
running
hit?
at like your demolitions expert, and instead you punch one of the dwarves that he's like standing next to, but he's wearing a helmet, so like you catch him across the jaw, and you probably broke a knuckle.
Damn.
I'm just gonna look up and be like, sorry mate, thought you were the demolitions that blew it up on us. I can't combine the accents, it doesn't work. God fucking damn it.
But basically as you're standing there, you can hear them arguing. Your demolitions crew is saying like, this is it, leave now, we blow this whole thing. And they keep arguing like, no, this is the lift. If this is gone, Ildkazar is gone. Like, this is the only thing connecting their city. And just like, there is an intense argument going back and forth. Do you want to insert yourselves in it, or are you guys just gonna let this play out?
I'm sorry, what was that?
Your demolitions crew is trying to convince the dwarves to take the lift up and then destroy it.
Well, since there's a fucking way up to the surface.
Yes.
Well,
it's technically it's a lower set of caves, but yeah,
effectively to
out
the
of
surface.
the Underdark.
Well, I'll probably get involved a little bit, and there's a literal tide of drow and assorted other things headed this way. If they get control of this elevator, they will spill out onto the surface, and it will not be good for anyone.
Make a persuasion check with advantage, because there is a gigantic tide of drow and other things surrounding you.
Classic.
Oh! You like, as you're halfway through this, you can clearly see they want to fight. They're like, look, you know what? Who are you coming here telling me? And then they just look around and they're like, yeah, okay. And everyone is grouping up. They're onto the platform. And the two dwarves that were arguing with the demolitions team are operating the lift. You can't quite tell how it operates. It looks like they're just standing on the edge of the platform with their eyes closed. But you watch as it slowly begins to rise. This thing's huge. Probably not stone shape. And it's fast, but not that fast. So, you see scatterings of spells, arrows, bolts, everything clattering off the side. Several of the company members get shot by varying things. Everyone go ahead and make me dex saves as you are escaping.
Can I make this one an advantage via danger sense?
Yeah, I'll say you can make this one an advantage.
Fuck.
Okay.
Doesn't even matter.
Classic advantage.
Crawl's fine. Mina's fine. Mamon's fine. Scave, you got hit. Hex fine.
What are you
Crawl,
hit
I'm
with?
confused why you rolled again.
What?
You rolled twice.
I
Oh,
did
that's
not.
persuasion. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, okay. I
Well,
looked
in
back
that
up and
case,
I
yeah,
saw
I'll
your
take the
persuasion
I'll
roll.
take the
Yeah,
next 20
no.
to
Okay,
scribble out that
so yeah,
persuasion.
you get
That's
shot
fine.
again as well. So okay, 3 of you were shot. Okay, so Scave, you take 6 points of piercing damage as a arrow finds purchase, basically like the fatty part of your arm. It's painful, but you retain a surprising amount of motion.
Didn't even take actual damage.
Crawl, you take 7 points of piercing damage. You're not raging, so that is full.
Yeah.
And you have a small, fairly short bolt, actually. All things considered, that is lodged in the meatier part of your thigh.
Ouch.
And Nilium, you are hit for 5 points of piercing damage, as it maybe just shrapnel. You can't really tell. Like it seems like rocks. Kind of just like it's one of those. You're standing there, suddenly you feel a sharp pain down in your leg, and you just see rocks scattered on the ground. It seems to be mostly superficial cuts. But as you ascend out of the Underdark, you find yourselves in a upper tier of cave systems that are underneath the desert outside of Kalimport. And as you are watching and everyone gets to the top, your demolitions crew, shoves everybody back. They start placing more of these charges that they'd used before, basically one at each corner of this lift, and just running this cord on out as everyone is moving further out of the cave back up towards the desert. And you just hear one of them yell, "Clear." And about 10 seconds later, just a ground shaking, thunderous roar, and then cracking stone. And then quiet. And then quiet. And then a thunderous clatter. Probably 40 or 50 seconds after the initial cracks, as the elevator falls back into the Underdark. But you find yourself standing with scattered members of your company, some number of mountain dwarves, and perhaps some visitors to the city. You're not quite sure. At the entrance to this cave in the Kalim Desert, several miles from Kalimport. About a day and a half's travel. And who's taking the lead?
I have the highest survival,
Then you are taking the lead.
so I will take the lead.
Okay.
I'll be
So,
with her though.
Wait, what's your survival?
+5.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Actually, never mind.
I can assist to give advantage or whatever, because I'm also proficient in survival. But
Same.
are we about where our tokens are on the map?
No, you are way to the southwest of
there
where
it
your
is.
tokens are, down here where the ant is.
Why
Yeah,
do I
I
not
see it.
have the option to roll at advantage? One sec.
Because it's
Because
always
you're
Toggle
rolling
it
at
in
advantage.
the settings on your character sheet.
Oh,
Yeah, but usually there's like the
there's
toggle up at the
no.
top.
You're
to
automatically
change it.
rolling at it.
Yeah, yours is currently set to always roll with advantage. You should change that to toggle advantage, and then you can do the top.
Oh, new character. That's why. Got
New
it.
character who just,
Mhm.
yeah.
Um,
Because they're all created off of NPC sheets, and all my
Yeah, yeah,
NPCs
yeah.
roll automatically with advantage because I ain't got time for that.
yeah. Survival. There we go.
Okay. So basically, as you are quickly picked out from among the group, and begin to lead everyone back towards the city of Kalimport. Now, you're not traveling you're not cutting through the desert. Like, well, you are, but it's a desert with a road. It is very Saudi Arabia-esque in that regard. Like, desert on one side, desert on the other, singular path in the middle. And how far into the night are you going to march, if at all? Keep in mind, currently you have only what was on your backs. Now, you guys being soldiers, most of you are equipped with basic like rations, kit, probably between you, probably enough, maybe even like enough bivouac type equipment. You definitely wouldn't have like your full tents or anything like that. You were garrisoned in the city, so
So it's the desert, so it's gonna get cold fast. We'll march until about 30 minutes before sunset.
about 30 minutes before sunset. Okay.
Try to get
So
some fires
We all
going.
have,
Yeah,
we all have dark vision, and generally best to move at night in the desert.
keep in mind, the party may have dark vision. You do still have some extra 100, 120 people that are with you.
Yeah, but fuck them.
Okay.
I'll take your point.
Yeah, say between company members, dwarves from the city, and actually, the king himself. You realize after you have made it out is along with you. He was in that last group, standing on that platform.
Oofta.
He was one of the ones in full garb, so you didn't recognize him until the helmet had come off.
That feels pretty bad. Then he just watched the city get fucked. How does he feel about that?
Was he one of the ones arguing to save the elevator?
No, he was. That was the two. Those two were off to the side, and looks like you reasonably would gather these guys are some sort of engineers for the city.
Okay.
He was with the guard contingent that were in full garb with the like pretty hefty looking mix between a spear halberd thing.
Cool.
Um,
I like him. He didn't do stupid stuff.
and so as everyone, you make your way into the desert. You get about halfway back towards Kalimport. You're making fairly good time, all things considered, especially considering the condition everyone is in and whatnot. But you camp for the night. You have a lot of folks with you. You're able to set a rotating watch. Do any of you want to take? Are you interested in just getting your sleep? You can split it between everyone else.
Scave will watch after she does her 4 hours trance.
Okay, so you'll take second watch then. 3 watches
Yeah.
total is what we'll say of about
I mean,
4 hours apiece. These folks need sleep.
I can do second and third watches.
Okay, yeah, I mean, if you want to stay up for both, that is your prerogative. Traditionally, because not everyone is elves, it's 3 watches of 4.
Yeah, so I'll do the trance for the first one, and then.
Okay. Sounds good. Is anyone else staying up with Scave?
Nah.
I'm
I
injured.
don't.
I require sleep.
I don't think I have enough elf blood to be able to
Okay,
forego
that's
sleep.
cool. Scave, I will say there's probably one other elf that has made it out that is going to take watch with you. So they're also going to roll. I'll roll for them.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, first watch, which you don't sit while you are taking your trance. It passes quietly. As you go to take your position for the next watch, they pass off. Real quick. That the only thing they saw were a couple of coyotes. Out in the desert. Just keep an eye out for them. Make sure they don't get into the camp. Yeah, they seem to have run off whenever they started moving towards them. So nothing of interest. And during your watch, everything is pretty quiet. You do hear at some point a distant echoing howl. probably some desert wolves or something like that. Actually, make a nature check. You are fairly nature in tune. Yeah, definitely some desert wolves. It doesn't sound hostile. This is just one of the, you hear a call, you hear a response, but they're, miles apart.
Yeah.
And the third watch passes just as uneventfully. You get to talking with this other elf. It's another member of the company you probably don't know as well. You've seen them here and there, but they are part of the battle magic group, and so your paths don't cross quite as often. And
France.
yeah, dude. I mean, if you need to leave, you can leave. Like, yeah.
Not doing anything super major.
Okay, yeah, I've been awake for like 20 hours now.
That's
I'm
fine.
really tired. So good night.
Okay.
Night.
Bye, friends.
All right. So next day comes around. Go ahead and make a
Bronze
survival
laptop
check.
left channel and disconnected.
This time with advantage. 'Cause at this point, they have grouped up. You've been able to consult maps. You've been able to cooperate, and you don't have to roll hit dice. So the long rest is full heal.
Right.
Short rest is hit die.
23.
I forgot.
Okay. Yeah. So basically, it only takes you about a half day. You managed to make good time with the assistance of everyone. You are basically marching into Calmport around 3 p.m.
Cool.
with a cargo train of busted up dwarves and assorted individuals. You are quickly escorted in, and quarantined might be slightly too harsh of a word for it, but corralled at least into a essentially a large auditorium.
Are we about to get gassed?
And about probably a half hour or so passes before a gentleman in he looks probably half elven. You're not 100% sure. Might be full elf, but doesn't quite show it. And he's wearing these long, beautiful, rich red and gold robes that signify some sort of ranking authority in Calmport.
Rate his attractiveness.
Yes? Question mark. And he kind of begins to slowly move through, trying to figure out who's in charge. As you guys have finally had a chance over the night and into the morning as camp was breaking to kind of take track, you come to the realization that currently the ranking member still alive is one Lieutenant Masor, who is a human man. Who is in his mid 30s. And the second highest ranking one is the Sergeant Major Leica, who is a male half elf.
At the age of 32.
And as you take count, it's not great. Amongst yourselves, you're all corporals. There are only 2 other corporals that have survived. 1 other sergeant, and then a number of line members that had previously were with the group that had run into you. The you're essentially currently in a little group of the junior and senior officers, which at this point is mostly junior officers. Are you're essentially talking off to the side, trying to figure everything out as this elven or half elven man comes around, and he introduces himself as Sovalis Gracanus, and he works with the Calimport. Essentially refugee bureau in so much as one exists. And essentially, he tries to take stock, and he asks, are you going to be staying, or are you just passing through? What is the manner of your visit, business or pleasure? Except at this point, it's kind of a rhetorical question. He's well aware of why you're here.
I don't like this guy.
But he's sitting here. He's got form after form kind of stacked up on a clipboard, essentially. And about halfway through, going through the officers in this cluster, the Dwarven King, Mithbarak, walks over and kind of inserts himself into the conversation. And he's like, for as long as they're here at my expense. See to it that it's paid out of the treasury. If you have any issues, and he kind of gives him a glare, you can speak with me. Of course, sir. We can certainly see to that as we continue to do business with your fine folk, and we will see to it that they are placed as soon as possible. And Sovalis departs shortly thereafter, and King Barak comes over and stays with you guys to discuss further. And he says, look, I know this is a ill-fated day for all of us. We have long stored a portion of our wealth here in Calimport. I feel it is only fair you've done your job. Is essentially what I'm trying to say. We will see to it that payment is made in full in time. But we do ask that you give some consideration, and in exchange, we'll see to it that you are taken care of, returned. A kind of question mark on that one. As he looks at you, and it's like, do you intend to go back northward to the Great Peaks, or? And just kind of leaves that with a open-ended hang.
Yes, we'll be
heading
back north once we regain our strength.
Yeah, and so as you speak up, Mesor also nods and is like, she's correct. Take some time here to recover, a couple of days in the city. Then we would like to see to it that we can secure a ship and head back northward. As for payment, we can, he nods again. It's like, we can, if you can see to it that we return home, we can deal with the rest. And the two of them go off to the side again and have a longer conversation. Essentially, what it comes out to be, you have 3 days in Calimport to spend as you will before the company will be departing on a ship from Calimport back up north. If you will check my ping here.
Yep.
Essentially, you will be sailing up that river to the mouth of it, all the way up into Daggerford. And then you'll have to change over into smaller, essentially river boats to continue on upstream.
See, this is why I said we put the base at the start of that river in the Great Peaks. We could just take the river the whole fucking way up.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, again, I'll ask anything you guys want to do in Kalimport. You have 3 days to burn. You've probably got a little bit of money on you. Like I said, you all would have probably say 100 gold's worth, assuming you chose to bring it with you. If not, it can be still back at home.
How big is this city again? Sorry.
Huge.
All right,
the city
I'm gonna.
of Kalimport itself
Joe
is essentially
Bethany left channel
half
and
of the entire
disconnected.
population of Kalimjam.
Joe
I'm
Bethany
gonna
connected and entered
I
channel.
just missed all of that because of fucking
Oh.
shitty
Oh.
internet.
When did you cut out?
We get 3 days in Kalimport. We're going to go up and Lewis and Clark it up the river, and then.
Basically, I was just asking if you guys wanted to do anything. You have about 100 gold each, give or take. That is of your current personal wealth. And you could have either had it with you or you could have left it back in the Grey Peaks, depending on what you think your character would do.
Okay, I'm gonna do 2 things.
Sure.
One is I'm gonna look around like thrift stores and pawn shops for shit that is valuable that is just kind of like being undersold or whatever.
Underpriced, sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
And
Looking to
then-
flip some stuff, I got it.
That's right. And the other one is I'm going to be going to the libraries to do research and like seeing if there's a museum around that has anything Chulty related.
Well, I don't believe that Kalimport is one of the Liberty cities where technically I'm wanted by the Fuzz. So I am going to amend that and go do what one does in the red light district.
Okay, fantastic. We will talk about expenses related to that shortly. Scave is visiting every apothecary. Okay, what is she looking for? Just seeing what they've got in stock, or
The dankest of dank.
okay.
So memes, got it. You're fucking memes.
No, I think she's literally looking for the dank. Because she's a mushroom druid.
Crawl.
I don't know. Probably not much.
Okay. Yeah, I mean
Grab
that's
some
totally your
potions of
prerogative. You can
healing
just
or
hang out.
something.
Okay.
But also like ingredients to make healing potions instead.
Sure.
Multi-purpose.
Oh, right. That.
Multi-purpose
Ingredients
shit.
for healing potions and drugs. Got it. Okay. Nelium, what about you?
Million would probably first go around to all of our mercenaries, our soldiers that got out, and try to assist them. Any of them with like healing, with on hands and healing, and then go on to the dwarfs and make sure that like
Sure.
at least
So
talk
spend
to
a
all
couple
them.
days making your rounds, see what you can do to kind of patch everybody up.
And also like not like especially the dwarfs, not to let them like just only fall into despair. Maybe to tell them that there's more to after this.
Sure. Go ahead and make a persuasion check at disadvantage. You're trying to do a good thing, but it's a hard sell for folks that have lost everything.
Double 20, double 20, double 20.
I believe.
Oh.
Well,
okay.
That's pretty close.
There's a few that you feel like you probably made a difference on, but a lot of them, there's a lot of bitterness that's going to be there for a while. That's going to be a long process.
Yeah, I'll still just heal them if they need it.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, the physical wounds you can do a lot more for that. There's a number of them that are in pretty bad shape, especially of company men, and you can at least stabilize them. The ones that were in more dire need, and others are you can assuage them, and with time, it looks like everyone here will be on the mend. All right. So, Joe, how picky is Mina?
Given the day that Mina has had, probably not as picky as you normally would be.
Okay.
So, not very picky at all, actually, probably.
So 2 gold for the night then.
Okay.
For as many nights as you choose to utilize.
So 6 gold.
So 6 gold. Roll for performance?
I don't think they care. They got their money. Okay. Scave, give me just roll a d20. Just fly d20. Okay. you were able to find a few folks that they're basically selling the Kalamsham equivalent of like peyote.
Have I
And
had this before?
I doubt you have, unless you've frequented Kalamsham before.
I would have had no reason to do so.
Right. So yeah, no, I mean this is a pretty unique like desert plant.
Mind-blowing new
Scenario
experience.
Okay, so yeah, we'll say they'll essentially sell you one dose, quote unquote, for 10 gold.
Done.
Okay. Just add it to your inventory as quote unquote peyote. I will have a better name for it later.
Quote unquote peyote.
List of things I wasn't expecting. My fault, admittedly.
Look, I literally told you.
I'm aware. I was informed.
Now that I've returned to the world, I enjoy its delights a little too much.
Okay. In terms of herbs, of the actual curative variety, you're a little hard up. Unfortunately, this is a desert.
Yeah.
You're able to find some. They're pretty. You would know. What's your bonus in nature? You're proficient, right?
+2.
Are you proficient? Question
Yes.
mark. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I mean, proficiency alone, you would know that these are hilariously overpriced. They'll sell them to you.
No,
But-
I'll pass.
Yeah. You would know you could go to literally anybody back home and get them for maybe as much as half the price.
Was I able to get some seeds of the peyote?
Nature check. Disadvantage.
Oh. Holy
Well,
fucking
you
shit.
can't really argue with results like that.
Oh my god.
Apparently, yes.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna try and grow that when we get back.
That's unreal.
Okay.
Holy shit.
All right. So, is there anything anybody else wants to do here in Calimport before you begin the trek back north?
Nope, just what I said.
Okay. Yeah. So, let's talk Chultan research first.
All right.
You find some stuff. Probably most of it is known to you. There's a few bits and pieces that might be new, talking about some of the origin stories of Chult, but from a local perspective. Most of what you would have consumed before now would be outsiders
Interesting.
going to Chult, learning about it, and then reporting on it. These are writings from Chultans, and their own records. It's yeah. So I'll give you a whole write up on it. I've got some stuff, but I don't want to we'll be here for a while if I try and dump that now.
That's fine.
Yeah. And in terms of thrift shops, roll me a d20.
All right, just flat.
We'll say, what is your background?
I used to be in a nomadic troupe of performers.
Yeah. Okay.
As,
So
like,
I'll
my whole
say
family.
take a +2.
Okay.
Having seen many exotic trinkets and also
Oh,
What
total
the
junk.
fuck?
baby!
Where are the
All right.
crits coming
Moral
out
of the
now?
story, kids: if you're looking for drugs or antiques, you just roll 20s. Right. So you're able to find a number of objects that are clearly slightly underpriced. I mean, you don't find anything that's like crazy profit. But if you were to spend all 100 gold, you could probably get some stuff you could either flip either in Calimport or take back home, and then try and flip. In Calimport, you could make maybe, you think, 10, 15 gold, take them back home. It'd be a gamble, but you could probably make more, especially if you were willing to find somebody from Waterdeep or somewhere like that, get it into a bigger market.
I'm a fan of gambling, and so we're gonna just take it all back.
Okay, you're gonna spend a full 100 gold.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Okay, so just write in your inventory 100 gold worth of Calimport antiques.
Dope.
All right, and at the end of those 3 days, as the ship is sitting in the harbor, waiting for you to head back north, that's where we're going to end the session, folks. And I'm going to stop this recording.
There we go.